and welcome to another episode of Nerdbauchery Adventures here on Gen Con TV. I want to give a quick shout out to some friends and sponsor of ours, Magecraft Miniatures. Great friends. If you are looking for some really great minis, you might have seen the T-Rex miniature. Let me see if I can pull that up again for you. See, I'll show you that really cool mini. There it is. But that T-Rex they did for us, they could do fully painted miniatures. That's cool. So if you pull up, exclamation Magecraft, you will see that there's a discount code in there and you can grab yourself some fully painted minis. Want to give another shout out to Creative Table Design, D&D Creative Table Design on Facebook. Todd, he's a great friend of ours. If you're looking for some really great, content on the TTRPG community, such as, writing modules, again, minis or anything like that, I highly suggest you check them out. They've been growing like mad. There's over 1,000 new members a month. I think there are over 30,000 members right now. And what's great is it's drama free. You don't have to worry about any trolls or anybody just acting like a jerk up there. Really cool stuff. And then, we have a really, really cool guest star today. We're going to give a huge special shout out. And his name is Eldritch Author. So let me put that back again so you can see him up there. And he is playing a character called Romer. So I'll let you take that away, Eldritch, if you want to describe a little bit about yourself. And I will put a link in the chat for anybody who wants to know more about you.
Hi, my name is Eldritch Author. I am known as Eldritch _author on Twitch and TikTok, and Eldritch.author on Instagram. And I do cosplay, storytelling, and write a lot of lore. I play Romer, the lizard folk druid who has requested the aid of these adventurers in his quest to get his tail back from his own tribe that exiled him for being smart.
Oh, all right. And our next player, I'll let him introduce himself, is Eric.
Yeah, hi. So I'm Eric Wahlberg. I play Volric the Grey. He's a Rune Knight and Bard. Feel free to add me on Facebook if you guys want. I do post some stuff about my D&D games and general entertainment stuff like memes.
Mm-hmm. Next is Jack, and Jack owns a company called H2, which creates some really, really cool props like the sword that you see Volric holding right now that lights up, as well as the axe that Jack has for himself. And I'll let him tell you a little bit more about himself.
Hello everyone, I am Jack. I'm the owner of Project H2. And yes, I make some pretty unique things ranging from dice towers, dice trays to cool weaponry that Eric and I are using. Also, I want to do a bit of a shout out to Kelly Marie. Thank you for this awesome Tainted cover, because I definitely do like to rage. Also, I play Sethbeth Bloodtongue, a half-orc barbarian. Let's have some fun.
All right, next is Space.
Hey guys, I'm Space. I don't own anything, so I'm playing Dior, the Impure Monk. Yeah, I'm ready to get into this too.
All right. And last but not least is Erica.
Hi, my name's Erica. I play Rin Swiftbow, our group's Elf Ranger, so I'll try to keep everyone alive and stay alive.
All right. So the last we left the party, and again, I'm Tony. I'll be your DM for tonight. When we left the party last time, they had just defeated that stone giant. They had gotten some rolled for their various random treasure and trinkets that were on the stone giant, and they got that. And now it's pretty much right after that, and I'm gonna let them pick it up. Their camp's right there. I'll let them start, and they can let me know what they want to do when they're ready.
Two great battles, almost 2 days in a row. Good times.
What hour is it? Is it early morning or?
Yeah. Right now, I'd say it's not even early morning. It's right after the battle itself. So you guys had been traveling, if you remember, most of the day. So it's probably about 5 or 6 o'clock. It's winding down after you've had your battle. The weather is pretty cool. It's summer, but it's not raining or anything like that right now, like it was last time. So it's about a nice 75 degrees. You can hear the sounds of the jungle all around you, the birds, the various life going throughout the area.
All right. Well, Seth will be around the campfire getting dinner ready. That's what he'd be doing, and shoveling a fair bit of it in on the side as he's going as well. So in the pot, stirring it up.
All right. And last time you had gotten all that meat because I believe you guys had critted on your roll searching for food. So that was awesome when you foraged. All right.
And I'm assuming Sethris is still eating an excessive amount.
Yeah.
Then
More well, normal for him is probably double what you guys eat, and at the moment he's almost eating 3 times what you guys eat. But he is a lot larger. But yes. I mean, if you want to also do a perception roll and see.
yes, I was definitely.
If you
I want her to notice
change.
something.
Oh, you want to try to notice if Sethres is still eating a lot then? Go ahead and give me a the perception, and Sethref give me a hold on, say make it a oh God, I forgot the word for a second here. That's a
Insight.
yes, thank you. Yes.
Always got your back, Tony.
All right. Word escaped me there for a moment. And who won this battle?
Erica got a higher score. I got 13. She got 14.
Okay, so let's see. All right, so it looks as if she was able to notice that you were actually eating a whole bunch of food here. I mean, you noticed that when Rin, you're seeing Sethreth as he's all that meat and everything you had foraged earlier this morning. You see, you notice that he's just shoveling it into his mouth. I mean, not even breaking it, almost chewing, just ripping and almost swallowing huge hunks into his gullet. Food slobbering all over his face and greasy chunks running down. It's amazing that nobody else notices this.
Rin is going to very casually try to walk over and sit down next to Sethrith while just shoveling down all that food. Just
little one.
Sethrith?
How you going?
Oh, okay. Sethrith?
Yeah.
Forgive me if this is an offensive question.
All right. What's wrong?
Are you at that growing age? I mean, like, are you in puberty? Because I'm not familiar with half orcs, but it feels like you're still growing.
What's puberty?
I figured I'd be the last person to have to explain puberty to you. What I'm trying to say is, for someone your age, it's surprising that you're still growing.
Growing. He looks down at the food in his hand. Oh, this. Well, yeah, it always happens around my birthday. Do you know what the date is?
Thursday.
Is your birthday on a Thursday?
On that, the star calendar chart thing. Anyone know what the date is?
Yeah.
Where's A? He's there. He usually has the answer to that.
Yeah.
Maybe our dungeon master knows.
Thursday.
I think someone's familiar with those skylights.
Romer pulls up a scroll that he has that has a listing of all the constellations and where their positions would be throughout the yearly cycle. We're here.
Well, I have no idea. But anyway, apparently, even since I've been, part of the clan, when they found me, every year around the same time, I grow and I get really hungry. I guess that must be that time. So I guess,
Yeah.
yeah, my birthday must be around this time.
Well, damn, Sethrith. And I walk up and I look up. You must have grown another foot since we started this whole adventure together.
And my full height, you think?
Yeah. And I'll tell you, I've met plenty of half orcs. None of them grow to 8 feet tall. That's for damn sure.
Really?
It's another clue for you.
Wow. Didn't even think about that, to be honest. Just so hungry. Wait, sorry, guys. I'll just keep hunting more. I won't take your portions. I just can't stop. It usually lasts for about a week, and then it dies off. And what are we? How many days have I been eating like this? 3, 4?
Halfway through. About.
So hopefully in a couple more days, I'll be right. And it usually gets followed by some pretty bad wind. Just giving you a heads up now, I'm sorry. You might not want to sleep next to me at night for a while.
Well,
Yeah.
as long as you don't start eating us, I think we'll be fine.
Hey,
No offense. No offense. No offense. It's just one. It's just we've had one person in the group get a little bitey, and I'm just checking in.
Nah, mate, you're fine. Yeah, I'll stick to the game in the wilderness. That's good enough for me. Just got to get my proteins. That's it.
No problem.
Like me. Yeah, well, yeah. Thanks for noticing. I'll try and be a bit more thoughtful about my eating habits. Anyway, dinner's almost ready.
If there's any left.
Oh, I've been eating the stuff I hunted, mate. Yeah, I'm cooking up stuff from the village for you guys. Well, I'll have some too, of course. I'm still hungry. That was only my first dinner.
Oh. We'll need some good rest. That was quite a battle.
Yeah, we smashed the big bastard though, didn't we? Ha!
Yes, we did.
Kind of stuffed my landing up though. Ate some grass. That wasn't very cool at all.
I'm sorry. I am still stuck on the day of birth remembrance part.
Yeah.
Scaleless ones care?
Oh, I personally don't really care because, well, we don't know exactly my birth date because my father was my adopted father. They found me when they speculated around 6 years old. So,
well, but scaleless ones typically care about the day they were born.
Well, I don't know about the rest of the group, but in my village, our tribe, you come to a certain age and you become considered a man. So it's very important to know when you come of age. So you literally, when you're growing up, you're counting down that day to become a warrior and go out and track down some orc and slaughter them. It's quite an important time in the process.
Huh.
Well, I can speak for humans. I think because we have relatively short lifespans compared to others, we tend to rejoice another milestone of making it that far. Plus, you get a free meal at Denny's.
What's Denny's?
It's a tavern.
From what
It's
I've
a tavern.
observed, my kin don't live any longer than the humans of the scaleless ones. But we don't. It must be a cultural thing because we don't have festivities for the anniversary of our birth.
How do you know when you're an adult then ready to fight?
Usually the signs are physically apparent.
Oh, okay.
When you're big enough to go through the rite of passage, when your teeth are sharp enough, when your sinew is tough enough, that is usually when we know it is time. I believe my kin use a boulder. Once one of our kind is able to push that boulder, then we are old enough for the rite of passage. We don't base any importance on length of life, only the strength of it.
I like that. Based on the strength. That's good. All right. You know, I was stronger than most of the men in my tribe by the time I was 9 or 10 years old.
You sound like the chief.
No, my adopted father was the chief.
No, my chief. My
Oh,
the former head of my kin.
where's
Very
he now?
strong. Oh, he's there.
Well, who took over? You said former.
Yeah. He's not the same as he was. He's become cruel. So un-lizard folk-like.
I thought you said they were cruel all the time.
No. What you see as cruel, we see as necessary. But even by that standard, he has grown. Hostile, crazed, hungry. Kind of like you.
Is he still strong?
Very.
Sounds like a good challenge. I can't wait to meet this one. Yeah. He's mine. Don't you get any ideas, old Laura. He's mine.
Not a problem. I'm sure there'll be plenty of lizard folk to whack.
You know, I've never fought a lizard man before. This is going to be interesting. Never seen you before. Quite unique. And you apparently have a tail too. Wow. Interesting.
I believe Romer made a point of it that the ones that use magic are the ones we need to fear. Those ones we should keep an eye on.
They will keep the warriors alive.
I forgot you said about that. Glad you reminded me. Anyway, dinner's ready. Would you like some, lizard man?
Certainly.
From
only
crocodile.
the meat.
Crocodile in it. You like croc?
I'll eat croc.
All right, here's some croc for you.
What is a croc?
They live in the swamps. They got 4 legs and the big teeth thing, and they like eating you. And they got a tail.
Oh, crocodile.
Yeah, croc.
I'll never understand the scaleless propensity to shorten words. It's interesting.
Interesting. You hungry?
Very. And Romer starts eating some croc as well.
Yeah, it's like a spicy chili one. It's got some herbs from the village to test out. Oh, it's got some kick. Oh, love it.
So I'll sit down with my plate of food next to Diora. Diora, I just wanted to check in with you. Haven't a lot of chance to talk. We've been fighting various oversized, deep-voiced, man-eating giants of sorts. Where are you?
I mean, I'm just trying to stay focused. I know every time we get someone new or someone new comes along, I tend to become a recluse, you can say. So,
All right.
I don't want to lose sight of the mission, but I also don't. I mean, Sephiroth already did that for me, so. If you're asking if I'm fine, I'm fine.
Well, you do see how this is fruitful for our mission, all the information we've already gathered from this roamer.
Yes, it's very useful information. You guys seem to be doing a really good job of getting it out of him. So
And I want to follow up one bit, an important bit. We're back at the village, was just that I want to make sure that you don't feel like you're cursed, that you're oppressed, that you're somehow a negative factor in this group. You're a hero. And anything else that can go into your head, consider it bullshit. Because you're a warrior, and we're going to find our way to Valor, to the Shadowlands. We're going to find your mother. We'll make things right. It's just a matter of time.
That's really sweet. But I've been dealing with this a lot longer than before you were alive. So
Yeah, I can imagine 100 years. I feel like I've seen it all, and I'm barely over half that.
well, yeah. I'm sorry if I seem a little unfocused. I really haven't meditated much since all of that went down a couple days ago.
It might be a good idea, but I want to leave you with this thought. See, because I'm not a vampire, not a creature other than what I am, but I've seen, I've experienced, and at the end of the day, barring very strange circumstances, you live and you die. And it's what we do in the middle that counts. Some of us don't get the same breaks as others, but I'll be damned if I'll live my life in fear. All the way up until that croc tore me apart, I was living my life the way I wanted to, and you should do the same. I hope I can instill some inspiration with that, because that's the damn truth if I ever felt it.
Yeah, you're right. I think it is time for me to stop being afraid of my mother.
Well, I'll let you eat. I'll let you meditate. If you ever need
Um,
me, I'm not far.
yeah. Remember, I don't eat. Well, I'm gonna go meditate though. And maybe I don't know. Maybe I'll just do some exercises or something. I don't know. And then, like as I walk off, I look towards Ren. You know, I heard you, right?
Listen.
No, I'm not upset. I'm actually proud of you. That's like the meanest thing you ever said to, I'm pretty sure, anyone.
Aw. We're having a moment.
You're, yeah, I'm proud of you. And then I just walk off.
So as we're eating, I'll lean towards Romer. So Romer, anything else you can tell us about the land?
Yes. Yes, you've come this far. I could share a little bit more. There is more than just the natural balance has been influencing the being influenced by the corruption. The creatures, too. My kin have long been overdue for eradication, but the beasts and the other creatures, whether they walk on 2, 4, or many more legs, have grown hostile. More than they should, more than they ought. Have you ever seen a badger take on a bear?
No, but I've heard stories.
Have you ever seen a velociraptor scream a T-Rex down?
Hmm. Those are quite a bit smaller than T-Rexes, aren't they?
Yes.
Hmm. So they have a ferocity to them, an anger, or are they somehow being controlled?
Controlled, no. Less than free, though. They're not enslaved to a mind, they're enslaved to a behavior that is not meant for them. They become crazed, ferocious, and unnecessarily violent. And I don't like unnecessary. Nor does the world itself, for that matter.
Hmm. Well, that might explain why we seem to be getting into a battle almost every day now.
The jungles were already dangerous, but now more than ever, in ways that are not as easily explained. The corruption is causing that. So do
this
not
is
be
all.
surprised if what would normally be seen as a friend not be suddenly.
Hmm. So this is related to those portals then.
Yes.
The magic.
Yes. That is why they must be destroyed.
Add that to the list of reasons, huh?
Once the portals are destroyed, the world will slowly return to balance, not in your lifetime or mine, but it will. That is why, if you ever do encounter such creatures, it is my suggestion that you put them down. Because in their lifetime, they won't know the change. How do you Scalus call it? Unfortunate. Yes.
And you still want to stay on this island if the portals are destroyed.
Yes. I am too fascinated by the world, but I am not yet ready to see what there is to catalog beyond it. I can only hope that one day others will continue my work, because just in on these isles alone, my lifetime will not be sufficient.
You're a lot like Aize.
I am Romer. I am like no one else. That much I like about Scalus. Individuality is such a liberating concept. And lizard folk like myself, we don't get concepts that easily. It's unnecessary. But it's what's the term? Growing on me, I believe is what you would say.
It is what we would say.
Can't be a collective by oneself, right?
No. Well, in adventurers by nature, we tend to have a high opinion of ourselves and our specific selves. We have to believe in ourselves to survive. We have
Oh,
our roles and our identities, you know?
you say that. I don't see it. I see a tribe. Something I don't have anymore. Don't lose your kin.
That is something I subscribe to, my friend.
Well, if everything goes as planned, I will have no kin. And that's okay. I am fine and content with that.
Well, we're gonna see to that.
This crock is good.
Mhm.
What do you do to it? Like it's hot and also like a little bit of flaky on the outside. Like
Well,
it's not wet. It's not it's not covered in viscera. It's weird, but I like it.
Sethred pops his head in. Well, so yeah, with the crock, first, I like to let it air dry a bit to get rid of some of the moisture. Otherwise, it goes claggy when you cook it. Then I roast it over the coal slowly, and that's where you get your flavour. And then I put it in the pot, mix it up with the curry and the spices I got from the village. Yeah,
I never knew something so unnecessary would taste so good.
I know, it's great. I can't stop eating the stuff. Bloody hell.
I've noticed.
Yeah. Ah, you want some more?
No, I am fine. I do not
What?
need more sustenance this evening.
Well, I'll finish it up then. Don't want it to go to waste. Anyone else?
I'll have more.
Ah, dish it out. Go around
I
the circle.
will continue cataloging my stars, but will otherwise retire for the evening.
Hmm.
I will see you in the morning.
Homer, before you go, you understand the term honorary. Have you heard that before?
I've heard of this concept from the Scaleless before. It is doing. It is speaking only speaking and doing in a way that benefits both groups. Not taking advantage. Impractical, but it's very hard to articulate it, but I have a vague understanding.
Yeah, so you're thinking of the term honor, and that is correct. And I could say I would be strange in some ways too. The word I'm using, honorary, means it is, but it is not. But mostly it is. Because
Oh, that doesn't sound needlessly complicated.
I will explain it because it applies to you. I would like it to. You had mentioned you have your tribe. And I think when things were normal, when they were balanced and right, you enjoyed being a part of that tribe. You saw the value by reinforcing it with us, not losing our tribe. Well, you should think of us. We'll be on this island for some time, and even when we're gone, as an honorary part of our tribe. That means you are not our tribe. You are not a Scaleless or a Neanderthal, but what you are is you are one of us. We will be bonded the longer we travel, in particular when we vindicate you from your tribe. Please consider us your honorary tribe.
I will ponder it. Gratitude. Thank you. Did I say it right?
You did, very much so. Speaking like a Neanderthal, my friend.
Oh boy. I rest now.
And Romer slinks into his corner of the camp.
Cool.
Is there anything anyone else wants to do or say before they go to bed, or before y'all do whatever you're gonna do here? Guard patrol? I don't know. Gotta tell
I
me.
think we should just set our guards. I do want to talk to Seth, Brett, and Rin real quick before we retire.
Okay.
And say, you two, quick word. You know, Rin,
What's
now
up,
that you have
boss?
those, I'm sorry, Seth, Brett. I know, Rin, now that you have those elven boots, make it practically soundless when you walk, adding to your already substantial stealthing abilities. Yet we're putting you in front when we're scouting. You've been buried with a log and caught in a net. I'm thinking perhaps Seth, since you're a tracker, and being 8 feet tall, even more so, he can be seen as someone who can take a hit. So perhaps you should lead, and Ren can follow a bit behind, using the foliage and whatnot. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm happy with that. I like being in front. Yeah. As long as Rin's okay with it, I don't want to take her
Let's work
thunder.
with you.
Yeah,
Sounds like
you are
fun.
pretty quiet, those boots, though. Even on watch you walk sometimes, I can't hear nothing. Pretty good. Bit jealous. Yeah.
All right, that's all I have to say.
Just start shrinking, and then you'll get to experience my life.
Well, good job again with that Cyclops and with that stone giant. Good night, friends. I look off. I notice Dior is probably up somewhere meditating, so I'll take the first watch, and then Tony will have our watches for the night, and then we'll plan on heading out.
Okay.
Sounds good.
All right. So the first watch, I already did the rolls way earlier. The first watch goes off. There's no problem. Just here, the sounds of the jungle. It's a pretty warm, comfortable night. Light breeze. The air is pretty dry. But other than that, there's nothing really exciting that happens on that first watch.
I'll take second watch.
Okay.
We're not doubling up. We're only doing single watch. Is that what we're doing?
I think because we're 5 of us, probably not.
Okay.
All right. So just space on the second watch. All right.
Yeah.
Same thing. Nothing really happens. It's a quiet night. You hear people snoring in the background. The half orc, Sethret, the half orc, doesn't smell too good. It's been a few days since he bathed, so he's letting off an odor. But other than that, everything is pretty cool. Pretty copacetic here.
Before my watch ends, I want to look at what Romer is doing. Is he asleep?
Romer, do you want to be awake? See, maybe trying to perceive that people are trying to see you. That's up to Romer.
So Romer would be awake, but he's in sight. He's not trying to hide or anything.
Mm-hmm.
He has a scroll in hand, as he is, and with a writing instrument, as he is looking to the scroll, looking to the sky, and if you can see his scroll, it's that same map of stars.
Oh,
and
okay.
he seems to be checking to make sure that that the stars are aligned to the constellations on his scroll, making some corrections here and there if he got a position wrong. But he does look like he is about to go to sleep very, very shortly.
All right. So since he's not trying to hide anything, you easily notice that no roll is required. You can definitely see that, Diora.
Okay. Yeah. And I'll end my watch.
All right. So you take note of that, what he's doing, and then you end your watch. So the night is over. It's been pretty good here. You haven't had any type of encounters. So you wake up the next day. It's very dry. There's some clouds in the sky. It doesn't look like rain, but it looks like there's a possibility that there could later be lightning. It gives you that sense. You've got that smell of kind of like that ozone static smell in the air as everybody begins to wake up and stir. So I'll start right there. Y'all have woken up.
Well, Seth will start breakfast.
Should have known that was going to happen. Ready to eat.
And this one's got some of the village flatbread, and it's just got the roasted crock rolled up in flatbread. He hands it out to everyone to be kind of eaten as you're on the move and start packing up camp.
All right, so some leftovers there. Okay.
And then when he goes past Diora, Morning, Diora.
Question: What is
I
Seth?
just,
sorry.
no. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead. Finish what you're doing.
I was gonna say I was just gonna look up at Sepra, see that he's like a whole foot taller than he was the day before, and nod at him. Good morning.
How have you been?
I've been better, but I guess I'm getting it, you know.
Sorry, I've been a bit to myself lately. When I get these hungers, it's hard to focus on anything except eating.
Yeah, you and me both.
Oh, yeah, I didn't think of that.
Yeah, it's okay,
I'd
sir.
still like to spend time with you at some point. That's okay.
Yeah. What do you think? What are you thinking? I need
One
an
day.
exercise buddy if you wanna come exercise with me.
Well, I got energy to burn, that's for sure. I'm starting to get a gut where I'm going. Maybe when we camp tonight, if you can show me some of your training stuff, I'll give it a go.
Yeah, I can do that. I hate feeling like this after after those bloodlusts. I just tend to become really quiet, and it's kind of hard to focus. Like I told Warwick yesterday, I've been very unfocused, and I'm not the best with words, so I don't talk about how I feel. I just punch things.
I can relate to that. Anyway, I've got to get this camp packed up. I'm
Yeah.
leading today. Ha! God knows
Thank you.
what shit I'm going to get us into.
I don't think
Right.
Warwick thought this through, but okay.
I don't think he knows what he's
Did
getting
Warwick
into.
put you up to this?
Anywho,
Oh,
we'll talk later.
okay.
All right, little one. Off
Alright.
I trot, finish up the camp.
And
I've got a
I
bowl
look
of lunch.
towards Romer once more, see what it is that he's doing.
You see that Romer is going around the camp and making sure that any of the bits and scraps that Sethrith has potentially not noticed are either packaged or burned, like any of the like discarded leftovers.
To make sure they're what?
I would have eaten that.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
I would have
Make
eaten
sure
that.
they're either bundled and taken with or are burned if there's too much left over.
Oh, okay.
Roma, don't waste that. I'll eat it, mate. I missed that.
If we don't get rid of the refuse,
Yeah.
other things will want to eat us. Never leave a trail.
They'll track us. That's not good. Good point.
There are bigger things in this jungle than giants, my friend.
I'll take those. I'll take
Yes.
care of it.
I would rather not waste, but I would also much more rather not get eaten.
No. Good point. Once I've finished packing up, I'll go over to Warwick. All done, ready to go. Cap.
Off we go.
You, one called Diora.
What can I do for you, Romer?
How long has your condition been around?
I don't know what you mean.
You don't smell like they do. Are you well?
I'm perfectly fine.
Good. As Volric said, I guess I am honorary, and it's always perplexed me that you don't smell. No, you do. Just not normally. So if you ever need assistance in your ailment, and there is something I can do, let me know. You all have been nothing but helpful to me anyway.
Well, I'll make sure I come to you if I need your help. What do you
Excellent.
What do you mean I smell different?
You smell a tinge like a corpse, but not a corpse.
Rotten.
No, not that. It's hard to articulate because you don't smell as a corpse would, but you carry that tinge, that, how did Sethris say it last night? That kick. And I can assure you it's not something that they can pick up on.
You've only known me for a couple of days and you picked up on that. Maybe I shouldn't underestimate you.
Oh, no. Don't give me praise for that. I just use my nose. Literally.
Well, I'll be keeping my eye on you, Romer.
Yes, I'm gonna be at the lead anyway, so
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was gonna be the point.
Okay. And I just I look back at Volric. If Volric is around, I just look back at him and I shake my head, and then well, I guess we should be going then, right?
Yes,
After you.
certainly.
Romer then moves to the front of the party to lead.
All right. So, unless someone's going to do something else, you are on the going through obviously the jungle here, mapping as you do, which we can update. I have to update you all on the thing, but as you continue to go through here, the weather obviously is like I said. You've got the dryness. It looks like lightning's eventually going to kick in, possibly. But this first hour or two that goes by as you travel, nothing really happens. So you keep going, and I need you begin to, you're in a densely wooded area, like you can see by the photo there. Let me see if I can even give you another one too. So you're in this densely wooded area that you're walking through the jungle. You've got Romer, slowly pushing through. He's let you know the land has come corrupted. So as you continue to walk and heading towards the swamps that the lizard men are located at, you notice the jungle is getting, it almost seems like darker and more foreboding as you're going through these dark areas and this jungle itself. And I need everybody, let's see, what's the order, the walking order here?
We have Seth, Breath, and Romer that are kind of up front together.
All
And
right.
then a bit behind that is Rin, and then me, and then Dior.
When the DM gets up, you know it's bad.
Always trying
And
to
when
roll
you
initiative.
laugh in
Yeah.
response to
geez.
a very simple question.
All right, so we've got Romer and Seth in the front. Who's behind Romer?
Rin.
Rin's
And
behind
she'd
Romer.
be stealthing off to
Yeah.
the side a bit or something, wouldn't she?
Yeah, I mean, kind of behind. She can even stealth in like minimal foliage, so as long as she's not like out on a path.
So
Yeah.
do you want her right behind Romer, or do you kind of want her off away from the party? What do you want?
About 15 feet away, probably.
I'll let Rin answer that question. Rin, what do you want to do?
Good point.
Yeah, because we're even though I'm sneaking, we're still in line. I'm not going to be like off to the right or anything.
All right, so you want to be, how far do you want to be away from the party?
It's like the same 15 feet, so that's whatever squares that looks like.
Like you said, 15 feet? Okay. All right. So you'd be about there. We'll put you over here, your stealth thing. You're kind of hiding behind. And then, of course, I assume then Diora is behind Volric.
Yes.
Okay, so Creola's behind Vorik right there as Rin is stealthing about 15 feet away. All right. Now, everyone, this is going to be, you hear, now you've heard this crashing sound before, but you know, it's the crashing, you hear like the sound of rustling and trees and everything else. And I need everybody but Rin to, let's see here. Well, actually, it's just that straight disadvantage, but I'm at disadvantage for it. But I want to make this more fair on y'all. So what we're gonna do, we're just gonna do that. Everybody, give me a acrobatics or athletics to say you could jump. You jumped. Use your powerful legs. Everybody, throw a roll in there. Everybody but Rin, because Rin wasn't walking right with y'all.
Is this Dex related? Because I have ability when it comes
And
to.
you have advantage on this too, because
All right.
technically this is an attack, but I don't want to do it
Then, yeah, I should have
unfairly and
advantage.
that I get a free attack on y'all. So I'm doing this first quote unquote attack as a save. So if you
So
get
it's
hit, then the damage occurs. All right.
So it's athletic at advantage.
Yeah, you could do athletic or acrobatics at advantage because I'm out of the range, the normal range of 60 for this.
14 for me.
Okay. All right. Now you guys wouldn't have noticed this at all. This boulder comes now. Luckily, it misses you all, and you see now this is a good distance away, but now you notice it through the foliage. This thing coming to life, and it's right about I'd say about 70 feet. Even though on the map it doesn't look like this, we'll have to just tighten it down. But this is what you see coming through, and it begins talking, bashing, breaking, biting. You come into my forest, you destroy, hurt my fellow tree kind. You'll pay for what you've done. You will pay! And it's this huge creature that looks like its beard is formed of leaves and it looks like a tree itself. You realize you probably had walked by it and never would have even noticed it. It looks like a tree as itself right there, as you can see. And it's this, with bark and all its limbs formed into the shape of hands and legs. Now that you see it actually moving as it's stepping across the ground and approaching you and marching to you, you see that its eyes, normally, you know these creatures, you've heard about them in legend. Normally they're known to be friendly, but this one looks like its eyes are enraged, and there's a redness in its eyes and a stink of odor of almost rot coming off it. You don't know what's going on, why this normally kind creature would be ready to attack you, but you don't have time. You don't have time to figure it out. It's attacking. So initiative is up. Everybody obviously passed their so nobody got hit by the rock that was thrown at you and smashed upon the thing. And here we'll put everybody in the good camera angle so you could see. And let's get ready for some epic battle music.
That mini looks amazing, by the way. I've never seen that.
Of course, I always only the best from my players. So much I love you.
Cool.
So all right, we got the Trient Mini there, and right now it is it is Diora's turn. And Diora, can you see yourself on the map there?
Yes. Yes. How far away is this tree?
Where the heck is my where's my laser pointer? There it is. Okay. Hold on a second. Okay. So the Trient is right.
35, maybe.
Can you see it? There's the Trient, and then you.
Oh, it blended in so well. I didn't even see it.
You know what? You know what's so cool about that? You just saying that. I had a live game on Thursday where we actually didn't get to play. The DM didn't make it, but there's players sitting right. Like I had him literally like right in front of the guy, so close he could have breathed on it. And I was like, "Hey, do you see the monster that's near you?" And he started looking. He's like, no, no. And then I pointed out. He's like, oh my God, how can I not see it? It's on a base and everything. You can't even see the base. So
on the map.
yeah, that's so cool. They did a really great job where you can't even tell. You think it's a tree. It's actually indistinguishable. That's why it didn't matter if you had the greatest perception roll in the world. As long as it's still, you don't see it. So this is where you are. You're good 5, 10, 15, 20, 20. You're about 45, 50 feet from this thing at this point. 1, 2, 3.
Okay.
8, yeah, about
I'm gonna.
40.
You said 40?
About 45. Well, I'd
40?
say you're 40. I'd say I guess we'll gotta go here and count the dwarven force. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, you're right at his base. So we'll say 40 for you right now. But since he was out of range, just say that 40 will only get you to here for the first move. It's only going to get you to about there because he threw that boulder and that's what gave you advantage. I don't want to put him in range because then y'all would have been at an advantage. So 40 would get you to right there. If you want to go there, you're close to him.
Yeah. I'll take my full movement there, and then I'm gonna throw my dagger.
All right.
At it.
Do it. Do it now.
17 to hit.
Nice.
That's a nice roll. That's a very, very nice roll. I'm so happy.
Like that, and that means Ren about to get some nat 20s in this, you know?
And that hits. 17 hits.
You got this, girl. Okay, 7 damage, and I don't know if I want to spend my key points. Yeah, I'm just gonna end my turn right there.
All right, so -7 as your dagger goes sailing, but it actually has damage resistance, so I believe that's half damage for bludgeoning and piercing, and that dagger's piercing, if I'm not mistaken. So instead of 7, he'll just take 3 damage, so 3. So down to 1, 5. 1. All right, so half damage from that piercing. As your dagger, you notice the dagger, it hits it, but just like throwing it at a tree, it doesn't go in like flesh. It kind of like thinks and kind of like just sticks there on the tree as the tread. Food of a took. And it just.
Wow. Okay then.
And it just starts whipping its arms around. Eric, I know you like that impression. Thank you.
I did. Yes.
All right. So next. And next is the Trent's turn. Oh boy! And look who's close. My favorite player.
I should have done patient defense. I don't know what I was thinking.
Spacey like, damn, you told me.
Don't worry. We'll stick Sethris in the front because he can take a beating.
All right, so
they did attack from the front.
the Trent takes its movement to get close enough to Diora. I'll say it uses its full movement to get it close to Diora. It's 30 feet, so now it's in there, and it's gonna do. Oh boy. Okay, here we go. Action-packed battle only on Nerdbauchery Adventures, Gen Con TV. We might kill some people tonight. All right.
Yeah. For the stream.
Woo!
Yeah,
I believe that hits.
Ooh.
That
Ouch.
hits.
Ooh. Okay. First is a hit.
Yep.
And here comes the next one. Get ready, because I get 2 attacks.
Multi-attack. Great.
Yes. Remember. Okay, here we go. Oh!
Oh,
Down.
shit.
Diora!
Oh! Hey, at least it's not 3 giant crocs. All right, so this thing comes, and it is, just boom, boom. And Diora, you are down. Hey, Romer, go ahead and give me a nature roll. At advantage, because you're a druid.
Oh,
What did you get?
21.
All right, you
21.
You're aware now. On your turn, you could tell people
Yes.
But you're aware, because of your knowledge of the island and everything else, that this creature, Trent, is vulnerable to fire. So Diora is this Trent just comes down, beating on Diora, slapping her to one side, and as she's in the air, she's up in the air, as he slapped her with one hand, he comes down with the other limb and beats her back to the ground while she's in the air. So you see Diora's body bounce up off the ground as it hits, and she's hurting. So yeah. Okay. So next, and that is my move. Next is Rin.
Even though it's not Sethra's turn, he is screaming at the top of his voice in panic and anger.
Oh yeah, you can do that RP effect stuff. That's for sure. All right, so you're screaming. The half orc is going off, and Rin, it is your turn. What do you want to do?
Yeah,
Oh, boy.
Right. Can you help me out with showing me where I am?
Absolutely, buddy. Oh, where did I put my pen? Oh, there it is.
Is she still in stealth mode?
I would say.
Oh yeah. Have a roller stealth. That's important.
Yeah,
Yes,
Mhm.
roll
Definitely.
your stealth.
that's
An
huge.
advantage.
Yeah,
Because I have
agree.
the silent shoes.
That's right.
I can't even see it because tabs are in the way.
12.
Oh.
Right,
Oh.
you're right here, Rin. In fact, let me give you a better camera angle if you can't see that one, because you're right there by that rock. But let me see if I can give you a better angle.
What's
Hold on,
the
bud.
perception of our ent?
It's normal perception. It's probably not enough to pick up that stealthy elf, that's for sure. Oh my God, Erica, come on now.
I know.
Oh my God, sadly, passive perception 13. You
Oh,
are
no.
seeing.
No!
Play it.
No advantage for you.
All right. So, that's the sound I used to make when I killed people in Call of Duty. Just to piss them off. So they hear me on their mic. All right, so you're right here, right in front of the camera. If you can see that.
Ah, I see.
Yep, right here. And then the rest of the party's right here because you were about 15 feet away. You're roughly about that. So you're right there. And then the Trent is all the way over there.
Again, it blended in, so thank you for pointing that out.
Right.
What did you say?
Like a dangerous where's Waldo? Okay. I think would Rin be able to clear a shot from where she's standing?
I would say let's see.
Just because you have that
Let's see. This is
fucking terrain.
this awesome dwarven forest terrain. Let's see how big that rock is. Let's see. Let's look to see if your character can see over it. Ooh, that's what you gotta love about 3D terrain, people. You can't get this on virtual maps. I would say that you got half cover behind that rock too. But yes, you can see over it from that angle. So I don't think half cover gives any type of range shooting disadvantage. So you're fine.
All right, she'll stay where she is for the shot. I am going to assume I'm going to be lucky and do take the minus with sharpshooter. And
Come on, Rin.
Come on, Rin. Come on. Come on. One of your players is already down. Dior is hurting. Come on, man. You got to save her.
Come on, Rin.
You guys can't go out like this. Not with special guest star Eldritch.
Oh, nice. That's 18.
All right. So how much damage?
That's it. So you know what's not included is her plus 10, because she rolled an 8. She has 3 because of Dex, 1 because of magic. So it's 12 plus 10 for her sharpshooter.
I didn't click the modifier. Yeah. So the little box. So yeah, it would be plus 10
Would that
damage.
sharpshooter have reduced your attack though by what?
Yeah, that's why it has that little minus.
It's applied. See the minus 3?
Okay, so the minus. Okay, that's all I wanted to make sure of. Excellent then. Excellent. So as long as that minus is up. So you've got 20. Oh, but unfortunately, that is piercing damage, which it has resistance to. So it's only half, so that's 11.
So I have a question. So magic items will blow through that, right?
Because it's a magical
Good.
weapon.
Good
Right.
question.
In
Good
old,
question.
I know in old school D&D, magic items would blow through resistances. That was the point
Oh.
of having a magic item. So
Yeah,
They would
Tony,
say-
what
Go ahead.
does the resistance specify on the treant?
it just says damage resistance, bludgeoning and piercing. So I'm just going with half damage.
Yeah. So magic would override that. Otherwise, it would say magic, right?
Normally, it specifies non-magical if magical would override it.
Can we Google it quickly?
Yeah.
Let's just go. Well, we can, but that would, unless somebody could do it real quick. But I would think that it's
I'll look it up because this is going to double the creature's hit points, or not. So we'll, go
Yeah.
ahead. I'll check.
yeah. Check.
We'll move
And
on.
we can always add the back. Yeah. So for now, we'll just
Want to
do.
research while I send Bert out?
We'll just
Yeah.
do the minus 11. Boy, that was a good question. Oh, the damn different editions. All right. So your arrow anyway goes soaring through the air, slamming into the treants underneath its beard into what would be the neck of this creature, and you see the barrel, the arrow kind of like dunk and ding as it hits in, like boom, and it's right near Diora's kind of like knife that she threw in. The Trent is enraged as it waves its arm and snaps the arrow, and it goes, the arrow piece goes falling to the ground, but the head is still embedded into under its neck and beard, and you see sap beginning to run out. And now
Wait,
what?
I have bonus action. Just
Oh, that's
sending out-
right, Rin. I almost forgot about Bert.
Sending out the Bert. Oh,
Ooh.
well, yeah.
What? Bert failed?
I know, we're like, Bert doesn't hit.
That's weird.
Bert's
Oh my
sick.
God, Bert
Bert's
missed.
sick. Is Bert got COVID?
Wow, Bert missed. That's rare. All right,
I'm
well,
distracted by Diora's state.
Sethreth's turn.
Yeah, it applies to magic as well.
Oh, then it's 11. Then it is still half damage, like I thought.
Yeah.
That's
We
what I
gotta-
thought. That's what I thought. That's what I thought. But all right,
Bummer. That sucks, but that's what it is.
that's just more exciting for the stream.
Yeah.
More
For you
excitement.
viewers.
All right,
Worry
so
about us.
So Sethreth, I assume you obviously most likely rage if you're
So
close.
he's literally kind of in shock. He's running up. He's climbing over the rocks next to him. And when he gets over the rocks and sees her flat on her back, that's when the full panic comes in and he fully rages then. And Diora! And he just goes past his normal rage. Something snaps, seeing someone that he has that connection with and that growth of the heart growing fond for her, he fully lets loose. Something he hasn't done since he was very, very young. And all of a sudden, all these, they look like tattoos, but they're actually birthmarks all over his body, start to glow red.
Ooh.
The whole body, where is normally these black markings, turns red. His whole body arches up, his back couches, and his chest comes forward. And from his chest, this big beam of red energy flies out and hits the creature, the tree, in the chest as he fully rages and taps into his Wild Surge. This is something that Sethreth has not experienced. It's the first time that he's let rip.
Ooh.
And a score of 8. A bolt of light shoots from your chest. Another
Ooh.
creature of your choice that you can see within 30 feet of you must succeed a Constitution saving throw of 13. Not that great. Or you will receive a d6 of radiant damage and be blinded until the start of your next turn. And I get to do this every turn until my rage expires.
Fantastic.
So do your DC 13 con save. If you succeed, good for you. If you don't, I get to throw a d6 at you.
I moved you up so
Miss.
you'd be within your 30 feet, because I assumed obviously you wanted to be within 30 feet of the Trent.
So that's why I said
Yeah.
I run forward first.
Over that rock.
And when I got on top of that pile of rocks in front of me, that's well and truly within 30 feet. And that's when he would have seen Diora flat in the ground.
Gotcha. I'll
and
put you.
fully let rip.
I'll put you on the rock.
Also,
and
when he's
before I
doing this,
before I do this concept.
going red, his axe turns red as well.
Oh. I wish. Does your axe actually turn red on the stream? That would be hardcore.
That would be cool.
All right, it's already cool. So before we do, I just got to point out something funny. When Bert missed, Oniaki was like, missed, fake news. This is, it's like this game has gotten unrealistic. Bert missed, come on.
Yeah, that's my buddy Mike. Erica, that's Mike.
Yeah. So, hi.
Oh, okay.
I might.
All right, so let's do this con save. Ooh,
Yes!
I failed! Oh!
I'm going old school here.
Beautiful.
I'll lift up the camera to confirm.
Beautiful. We get advantage in all of our attacks.
Look, I've rolled it. My hands up.
So you get advantage now.
Hit the
All your
camera.
attacks.
Here we go. Here we go.
Hold on.
Where are we? Where is it? It's a 6 max.
Nice.
Max damage.
Okay.
So it takes 6 radiant damage, and
Oh,
it's blinded until the next turn.
No damage reduction for that.
-6. Yep, no damage reduction for radiant damage. All right.
Put that up, you clacker, and smoke it.
You see this bird, the first, like, oh, you already described, so I don't need to describe. Okay. Next is Volric.
All
Let
right.
me move.
How far away am I from York?
Wait, that's my rage. That's not an attack. That's
Yeah.
a bonus. I still get to have an attack.
Oh, yeah, please do.
So I'll continue my movement. I get up to 30 feet of total movement. Was I able to reach?
No, you would not be able to get all the way to him with the 30 feet. Because remember, he moved up to Diora, and Diora was like 40 feet. So I'd say you're about right. If you look at the stream, it actually looks like you're about 10 feet away. So right on the money. You're about 10 feet. Got
I'm
a
happy to
javelin?
throw-
Throw a javelin
I'm
or something.
I'm happy to go. No, he would be enraged. He would be wanting to get standing over Diora so that she can't take any more damage, and he'll just, waver his attack to get that extra movement to protect her.
And you won't lose any. You won't lose your rage, right? Because you already attacked, so you should be fine.
Yeah,
Good point.
good point. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
because
yeah,
you.
you did damage, so yeah.
Yeah, he did damage with the
I did
radiance.
deal
So,
damage.
yep, so
Is
he's
that
fine.
still okay? Otherwise, I will use a javelin if that's not good enough.
We'll let it go. Anyway, we'll let it go. You got a party member down. This is intense. All right, so let's Volric. It's your. Unless there's something else you want to do, Sethwith, it's Volric's turn.
All right. I assume that both of those guys, because Sethbreth used his action to run and Diora has a 40 movement, I can't get up to them, but I'll move as close to them as I can. And I'll say, Romer, you mind helping our friend out? And I'll nod my head towards Diora, and I'm going to pick up my hand axe and toss it at that sucker.
When you take out the axe, the eyebrow, what you perceive as an eyebrow of the Trent raises. You get the sense he especially doesn't like the sight of the axe.
You wait till this axe gets on your buddy.
And as I'm pulling it back for the throw, is when I use my bonus action to grow with my giant's might. So now I'm 9 feet tall. So I throw it the strength of a 9 foot tall dude, and here it comes.
Go lumberjack.
Okay,
Chop down
coming.
that tree.
Next. Here we go. 16. Ignore the +4. 16.
That just hits.
Wonderful. All right, so that's 9 points of damage +2 because of my giant's might, so 11. So that's 5, and then I'm going to, at the same time, my sword will, the runes kick in, they'll start to glow a fiery red. And I'm going to use my one-time use fire rune on him. So he's going to take 2d6 damage.
All right.
He takes 5, so no half in that. And then he has to make a strength saving throw. 12.
Wait, that's fire though, right?
Yep. Oh yeah. So let's say, is that double then, or is it just
Damage
5?
vulnerability. I believe that is double.
Oh, nice. That's 10. Cool. Very nice. So he burns for 10, and then he has to make a strength saving throw of 12.
All right, let's
Go,
do this.
Ulrich.
So we'll describe your thing in a second here. Ooh, he made that saving throw. I'm pretty sure.
And so the fiery chains coil around him, which of course burn him, but he's able to just shrug them off.
Since he's blinded.
But the burning does hurt. You see.
Oh, I get advantage because he's blind. Sorry.
He's blinded.
Let me see if I get lucky to get a 20, which I doubt.
And does he get disadvantage on his saving stuff because he's blind?
Oh, that's a really good. I don't know.
No. There's no disadvantage comes from burning.
No, from being blind. Mike, do you know about that?
I wouldn't think so. It doesn't.
Yeah. Well, with blinded, not for saving throws, but for attacks made against it, have advantage on it.
Right.
Yeah, and I have
So-
disadvantage on my attacks
You won't though, because you're going to be
because I got
you'll be able to
blinded right
see
here.
beginning of
Blinded
your
is
next round.
yeah, I got it right here.
Yeah, at the beginning of your next round you can see. So okay, yeah, I rolled my second roll to see if I got a 20 for my advantage. I didn't, but I still hit. Did some damage on him.
All right, so you did a
And
total.
then, yep. So the total is 5 plus 10. The 10 being the fire. So it's 15 points.
All right, and that's after the half damage. Or half damage.
That's after the half damage. Yeah.
So that's a minus another.
Diora, we've got you.
All right, so you're fighting this train. It's an intense battle, though. This thing is going, and now it is Romer's turn.
Yes. So Romer is going to reach a hand out toward Diora, speak some words in a hissing tone, casting a 3rd level healing word. Huh, it didn't calculate again.
Yeah, you got it. You got
So-
it out of my hand. for
So
some
I'm
reason.
just gonna add another 2d4 to that one.
Yeah,
second.
just roll it. It's all good, bro.
So Diora heals for 14 points of damage.
Well done.
Nice.
Well done.
Thank you.
And that's his bonus action.
All
For his
right.
action,
So are you up, Diora? I think you're up then.
She
yeah,
will be awake. Yeah.
so for my action,
Still prone.
Romer is going to take his staff, hold it up to his mouth, starts whispering to it. Sounds like hissing from anybody who is anywhere close enough to hear him. As he then takes it, chucks it 10 feet ahead of him, and as it's midair, it starts to animate and wind and grow until it is a large-sized constrictor snake
Cool.
that acts on my turn or after my turn, DM's discretion.
Very cool.
Yes.
Yes.
Nice.
Yes.
Tony.
Can't hear it, Tony.
Up. I
Oh,
was
he's
muted.
mute.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry. I have a conversation. Yes, you can use the constrictor snake on your turn. We'll do it just like we do with Rin's with Bert. And I
Awesome.
I love that. Yes, you do. That's what I was saying. It always reminds me of Mr. Burns. Yes.
So if the constrictor snake it animates 10 feet away from me, like in the direction of the tree end. How close is it to the tree end then?
10 feet away from you, where you are at. Oh,
Yeah.
oh man! And I had a snake mini. Damn it! And I put it over.
And it is a large size category.
So I got a snake. I'll go grab it real quick. All right, so 10 feet away from you, you're right here.
Yes.
So the snake would be about there. All right, for your move for the snake. What do you want to do with the snake?
Oh, I should probably clarify. Was I 30 feet away from Diora when I cast Healing Word? Because if not, I would want to be 30 feet away from Diora.
Oh, you're right at 30 because Ulrich was standing in front of you.
No, then that's fine. Yeah. So I just want to know if the snake is 10 feet closer to the tree end. Will 30 feet reach the tree end for the constrictor snake?
Will 30 feet reach the? What do you mean? Like, can you reach the tree end?
No, the constrictor.
Let's find
If it's
out.
10 feet closer to the tree end than I am.
I think it could, as long as you moved up to. Well, you'd have to move to be 10 feet away from you, all right, and hit the tree end. Then you'd have to be about here, right behind Volric. Because then it appears 10 feet away from you. It's going to appear right in front.
No, like after it moves. Sorry, I forgot to clarify.
Oh, my bad. Okay, so you want to.
And it has a movement speed of 30.
Then yeah, definitely can get to the tree then.
Okay, because what is it? Romer's not going to move closer to the tree end, but the constrictor snake is.
All right. Just getting you a snake here.
Yeah.
Can't believe I don't have a snake. I have one.
Take your time. This isn't live or anything.
I have to get out. There we go. I got it. There we go. It's a king cobra. We'll use the king cobra. All right. So the snake is on it. Thank you, Eric, for making me feel bad.
Yeah.
That's cool. I like the picture.
All right. So we have the constrictor snake there. What do you want to do at your snake? Sorry, stream.
It is going to attack, and if it hits, it will be dealing damage and grappling the tree end.
All right. Can it grapple? It's a large beast, and this thing is, and the Trent is a huge. So large.
If huge is only one size category larger than large,
then it
should be
can.
able to.
Then it can. Yeah, it should be able to grapple it because it's only one.
Yeah, large can grapple huge.
Yep. So it should be a try.
So that is a 21 to hit.
The
All right,
snake
that
version
definitely
of it.
hits. That definitely hits.
Yes. 1d8 plus 2.
Boric, it's a snake version of you.
It deals. It deals 5 bludgeoning damage,
All right, so that's 2.
and the treant is grappled. The escape DC for being grappled is 14, and until the grapple ends, the creature is restrained, and the snake can't constrict another target. So
All right.
it would be trying to escape on its turn as an action.
All right, so I will wait to see if. But right now, we've got the grappled creature immediately because you attacked 17 plus 4. You definitely hit it. So he is, and he takes 2 points of damage. So now you are seeing this Trent.
5.
Oh, I thought it was bludgeoning damage.
Oh, if it's bludgeoning, yes, then
Yes.
it gets half. That's right.
So do you want to describe how your snake goes around, or do you want to describe it?
So Romer chucks the staff ahead, and by the way, Romer himself didn't move.
Oh, yeah, I'll put him back.
He's about 30 feet behind where Diora was. What is it? So he throws the staff 10 feet ahead of him, and before it lands, while it is still in midair, it starts to coil and animate and grow into a large constrictor snake that, as if following the motion of its trajectory in the air, as it hits the ground, it slides, curves, and slithers past Diora. And as it's going around Diora, it uses that twist to then go around the tree end as it begins to wrap, and then finally find its bearing and hold tight, keeping the tree end's arms restrained to its sides.
All right, man. And guys, this was just like I think the first round. Talk about some exciting combat. All right, let's take a break. It's a perfect time to take a break. It's 8:25. We take a break about 8:30, so it's perfect time, top of the round when we come back. In the meantime, Mike, Eldritch, do you want to tell them more about yourself?
Nah, I mean, I'm doing a lot of things on Twitch. We're gonna be starting a Minecraft SMP soon. Got things in the works for a Dungeons and Dragons supplement, which obviously will go with what is acceptable for Wizards of the Coast. Not gonna be worrying about copyright, basically. So we have a lot of things in store. If you need to follow me, head on over my TikTok. I got a link tree. We got a lot of things in store for you guys.
Yep.
Tony, did you put it back in the link again?
I just did right now.
Excellent.
So
cool.
somebody can
And-
click right on if they want to know a little bit more about Eldritch.
Yeah. And before anybody disappears, I have a super random thing that I would like us here, our staff, to do. I have a friend who has a Kansas City Chiefs YouTube channel. It's actually really, really big. And what I need to do, because they're going to have recording this on Twitch, I'm going to grab the piece and send it to them, is I'm going to say, let's go, how about those? And they're all going to yell Chiefs. And then Tony, I need you to say, let's ride. Can you guys do that?
When do I say let's ride? When do I say let's ride?
After we all say Chiefs. So I'm going to say, let's go, how about those? Then we all say Chiefs. And then Tony, you got to go in kind of a soft but strong voice.
Let's ride. Wait, let's ride.
Okay, cool. You guys ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Hey.
Okay. Let's go. How about those Chiefs?
Let's ride.
Thank you for that. Okay. That will be on this YouTube
We
channel.
are giving people.
That will be on the YouTube channel. Thank you.
Also, if you get a chance, we're trying to grow our YouTube channel. If you get a chance to give us a follow over there, greatly appreciate it. Obviously, it won't cost you a dime just to throw us a quick, like and sub on YouTube. That would be greatly appreciated. Trying to grow our presence there so we can continue to, bring you some quality content here and continue to grow. So thank you. We'll be right back in a few minutes. At least I will. If there's anything anybody wants to say, like Jack, if you want to tell them more about what you're doing over at H2 and showing some cool stuff, feel free to do that. I'll be right back myself.
Well, I'm working on actually getting out some dice trays at the moment that giving people a bit more of a affordable option instead of some of our other items that are the limited edition stuff, which is, they're quite pricey. These start from $180 Australian, so they're a little bit pricey. So trying to bring out a bit more of an affordable option for other people that might be a bit tight for cash at the moment, but still would love to get something unique. So keep an eye out. That will be hopefully getting released over the next week or two. But of course, being myself, I can't help it. I will have a base model, but I also have a quite high-end, top-end option as well. And they will be also have lids as options, so you can close it all the way and easily travel. And when you separate the lid, it actually becomes 2 dice trays you could have, or you can put the outer on the inner and just keep it nice and tidy on your table as you play. So working on that. I'll also be hopefully releasing some footage in regards to Eric's Firebite Bastard Sword. We've had a bit of problem with my photographers really under the pump at the moment and haven't been able to get the photos edited and released. So hopefully he will be able to get onto that soon. He's doing a great job. He's a friend of mine. I'll get some details in regards to him later on when I release. I don't want to say too much now, but he's doing a fantastic job. So yes, that will be coming soon. Also, Etsy account. I have one. I've done very little to it, but that will be getting properly updated over the next 4 weeks. And basically the armory in regards to weapons and props for either role playing, cosplay, and such will be posted as well, and people can start ordering unique items as such as what Eric and I have and more. Yet again, these are high-end products. They take a lot of time and are not cheap, but I'm going to endeavor to make some more basic options, affordable options for people as well, trying to spread the range. So, everyone from someone who can afford to spend that extra coin down to someone who's a little bit tight at the moment, who still wants to have something to play with can be affordable. So there's been some structural changes within Project H2 over the last 3 months. It used to be a business I was running with my best friend. We've decided to part our ways and go down different paths in regards to the business. We're still best mates, but business-wise it's separated. So Project H2 is now officially fully run by myself, and we've pretty much got all the legal side of it sorted out, so I can concentrate on growing the business again. So hence new range, new products, and hopefully get a proper website up in the near future as well. So that's about the only thing going on my end. It's bloody cold here today in Australia, so I went and turned the heater up because I was getting a bit frosty. But other than that, things are good here in Australia, and hopefully within the next 2 years, I'll be able to do a trip to the States and tour around and catch up with all the members, as well as go to some Gen Con would be great, and some other events. That's all from me.
I put your design by Project H2 up there so people can find you on Facebook.
Thank you. Yes, I don't have admin rights, so every time I've been trying to put it up in the past, it's like block, block, block.
Yeah,
So
you can't be
that's
trusted,
me.
Jack. I'm sorry.
No, that's all good. But I appreciate that you put it up for me. Thank you.
Yeah.
Very nicely. So yes, you can jump on Facebook under Project H2. If you're struggling to find it under that, you just type in designed by Project H2. And same for Instagram, so I'm there as well. Most of the work we do through Facebook. So yes, jump on, have a look, and if you have any questions, please feel free to directly message me.
Most of us are back already. But Romer's roaming.
I might roam for a sec. I'll be back.
Okay. Rin, how are you doing today?
Warm, but I'm surviving.
Yeah, we do have that air conditioner up there too if we ever need to use it. So I'm sure plenty of people don't know this because we have a lot of viewers today. Rin is actually my daughter in real life, and she's upstairs. So although we're streaming from the same house.
Yep.
And we're both celebrating. I have a 2-week-old little girl to go along with an amazing 3.5-year-old little girl. So I got 3 girls, and Erica spent 17 years as an only child, and no more.
Mm-hmm. Now I'm the big sister.
Yeah.
Biggest. They don't outgrow me. We'll see. I have a feeling I'm going to be the shortest one in a few years.
Enjoy your dominance while it lasts.
Yes.
What we talking about?
Thank you, Forsenza. I was talking about the baby,
Ah,
the new baby.
the new baby. Got all girls, Eric. God help you.
I love it. Girls are the best, man. Boys are stupid. You know that.
Yeah, but the thing about girls is they can get away with anything, especially with dads. All they gotta do is be like, "I'm sorry, Dad." It's like, all right.
Pretty much.
I'm sure when Erica puts on the tears, that's all it takes.
She pushed me into tears. I'm the one always crying.
I'm like,
I'm apologizing.
I feel like she threatened him with Bert. She was like, "I'm gonna get Bert on you."
I'm gonna stick him on you.
Bert comes in, sweeping in. So you like that Trent, guys? What's the stream thing? You like that Trent stream, that little tree monster? I like it.
It's awesome.
Like it.
You don't like it too much. It's
I
not
don't
your.
like it because it blended in.
You
Like,
just
I remember
ran right
when-
up on it. You were like, "Hey, what's up?"
No, I didn't even think it was on the map. Like, I'm like, okay, I don't see what the monster is.
Also, I
That-
got to show.
That makes
gotta
it
show
all
you.
the much more realistic, though, because that's exactly the way it's described in the book. Is that if it's not moving, it's indistinguishable from a tree.
So
So
while we're waiting. Oh, sorry.
go ahead, Eric.
Go ahead, bud. Finish.
Eric, you got a sculpture of me, buddy. Look, it's me.
So I also just turned 55, and my daughter got me this awesome dice roller.
Oh,
Courtesy of
Oh,
let me
that's
see
so
it.
cute.
Oh, that's on the cover of the first edition
Yeah.
D&D.
Player's Handbook.
I got
Yeah.
to walk around the mall
It's,
with that after I
It's
bought it.
licensed too, so it's quite accurate. It even has the missing gem eye.
Wow, that is a cool dice roller, man. I gotta get up. The
Yeah.
fact that you got something that's on the cover of one of the original books,
Yeah.
that's pretty awesome.
And
Does it
dude.
light up?
You talk of yes, it
Yeah, the
does.
fire lights up too.
Oh, dude, hardcore, man.
Light it up, light it up.
Working on it here. There you go.
You got to use that
Cool.
on the Founders and Legends stream.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they
for
do.
sure. Yeah, by the way, everyone here, I guess Romer's back, but real quick, Tony and I are going to be on the Founders and Legends stream on GaryCon on July 30th. It's a Saturday. It's to support the Extra Life charity, and we'll be mentioning it again. I play Glum, the depressed gnome, and Tony is Galen, the clumsy cleric. And it's a lot of fun. Play with Lou Gygax, Stefan Picorni, Stefan's partner, and Carlton, David Baxter, executive producer of Legion M movies, and Elisa Teague, who a lot of the D&D people know her. And I think that's our crew.
You guys need
Wow, I
any
got
help
the
at
full
all with
boat.
the background, please don't hesitate to ask.
Need what? Which what?
If you guys need any help in any way in the background, please don't hesitate to ask.
Cool. All right, buddy. Thank you.
Oh, man. So everybody's back. So I guess we are right back in it. And now, blah, 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 it is Diora's turn.
He's alive!
Diora, do you need a better camera angle or can you see yourself?
No, I'm fine. I know where I am on the placement. All right. I'm gonna stand up, use half my movement to stand up. And can I get behind it?
With your movement, I think you could, because you're only using half and you got a lot of movement.
Don't
Right
forget it's
up- you're
blind,
right
so
up
you
on
get
it.
advantage on your attacks.
Yes, you do.
Yeah, and I'm taking my comma as I stand up. And I look to Boric. Did you give me up?
Yeah, I got you up. I put you behind it. You're fine anyway, because right now it's constricted anyway.
Yeah, I want to climb up on his back if I have enough movement.
Oh, well, yeah, you're gonna have to roll for it though. See, because it's constricted, so it's pretty still. So it's really not moving. So at advantage, then give me acrobatics or athletics, your choice. 14 or higher, you crawl up at advantage. Definitely got it. 24 because it's completely still. All right, so let me put.
I'm imagining the rungs of the snake, like as it's constricting, like act as steps too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, definitely.
Okay.
I'm walking up until I'm at as high as I can get with the rest of my movement, and I take my comma and I just like with one hand I just swing it until it pierces the tree, and I do that at advantage. That's 22. Hold on. 24 for 6 points of damage.
Don't forget your bracers.
Oh yeah, and I get that too. 24, Tony.
Don't forget your bracers. As he yells across the battlefield, don't forget your braces.
Don't forget your power that you have.
D4. That's 8 damage.
Is it
And I'm
weak to
gonna-
slashing?
What?
No, it's not. That's why I use my comma. That's slashing damage, by the way, Tony.
Yep.
So, and I'm gonna.
It is not resistance to slashing.
Oh, in that case, Tony, add 6 hit points for my earlier strike, because that's slashing my
Is it?
hand axe.
Oh,
My
okay.
hand axe, yeah. Okay.
That hand axe
Sorry.
did bloody good damage, man. That was
Yeah,
impressive.
man.
And what was
You
your
gotta take that sucker down.
your total damage is
Yeah.
14 there?
No. Just one. It's just 24. It's 8 damage from my comma plus my bracers, and I'm gonna spend a key point.
So -8. Okay.
I'm gonna spend a key point to do patient defense, and that is the end of my turn.
Okay. All right. So you should be able to see yourself in the camera standing on top of its
Can you
head.
zoom in a little bit, Tony?
Hold
I
on.
think it'd be great for the viewers too.
I can't zoom. I could. Let me
All right,
switch
everybody,
it.
lean forward towards your monitor.
Let me put the other. I could move the camera up a little. Let me put the. But then we would lose Rin. Here, I'll change the angle.
Everybody did. Our whole crew did. You guys rock.
Here, I'll change the angle so you can see it from the top, because you can actually see I've got Diora on top of its head. All right. So now it is. So you see Diora standing up there on its head.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, there she is. All right.
Yep.
So now, and if you need me to move the camera closer next round, I can. But it is right now the turn of the Trent. And obviously it does not. Now this thing, remember, it's still, you guys have hit this thing. You set a little bit of fire. So part of its body is now scorched. It's got, an axe head in its neck, an axe thrown at it, a dagger. This thing is, it's got some serious chips taken at it, but the corruption, you could tell this thing that, had Romer had been talking about before, it must be something like that, because its eyes still have that red, and there's sap, slowly coming out of the sides of the eyes now. It's like just more enraged and blackened sap out of the mouth as it's, "My friends, you killed my friends! I knew those trees since they were saplings!" It just...
I'm about to turn him into garden mulch.
So now he's going to try to break out. I think it was strength, right, Romer?
It is either athletics or acrobatics to break a grapple, and the DC is 14.
All right, so I'll just do straight strength there. All right, so he's out. All right. So he's able to bust, the snake is constricted around it, but the muscular frame, you could hear the arms and the wood as it's straining, and then poof, it's able to bust out as the snake just cannot contain it anymore. And it, and I believe that was, does that count as its action? Or
That is its whole action, yeah.
Yeah, because it was freeing itself. Ah, okay, well, that was good, though. Good action economy. You took it. So that is good. It's just going to stay there. It's, doing monstery stuff. And so now it is Rin's turn.
Go, Rin.
All right, I'm gonna try my luck again with sharpshooter, for extra damage, especially because getting that half. But if I hit again, since I called it my favorite foe, I'll be able to roll a d4. But that's if I hit it. So
Come on, Rin.
crossing fingers.
You can do it.
Crossing
Man.
fingers.
We believe in you.
You're the best. All right. No.
I wasn't the best around.
You get advantage. You have another. You got advantage.
I don't believe so.
Not anymore. He's not blind
Yeah,
anymore.
I broke out. So
Oh, that's right. So
You would have had advantage if he was still constricted.
Yeah.
and he's not
Yeah.
blind, and not blind anymore either. Wait,
Right.
Back to his
no,
turn,
no blinded
Alright,
either.
Come on, Bert, carry.
Okay.
Sending out the Falcons.
Come on. Oh, that gets it. Bert hits with 16.
All right, Bert.
Go, Bert. Hey, Bert.
I believe Bert's damage would be, I don't know,
It's
clawing.
slashing.
Flashing claws.
Of course
Yeah,
it's
the claw
slashing. All right, the one it's not immune to whatever it's not immune to. All right. So -8 comes off. Good attack by Bert, sweeping in there, clawing at slicing at the top of the trees or the top of the Trent's, head and everything. All right. So now, unless Rin wants to do something else, it is Sethreth's turn.
Yeah. Right. Am I able to jump from where I am and do my attack, or is that too far?
What do you mean jump? You're 10 feet away from
Launch.
it.
Launch myself through the air. Or is it too far? Oh, just run me down there. It's enough. It's enough Hollywood stuff, I guess.
Well,
Don't
you're
forget
10
your chest blaster thing.
Oh, I haven't forgotten, brother. So yes, I will swoop down to the left of him, which is closest to where I am. And I literally get right underneath it, open up the chest again and let rip. And yet I'm still glowing red. All these markings are all glowing red in my axe. Can you do your DC check 13 for con save, please?
You got
Pretty
it.
sure it was con. Yeah, Constitution saving throw, DC 13.
You got it. I just had to do some. I was trying to adjust it so I could give you all a better
And I
angle.
would, appreciate if
Ooh.
you fail. Okay.
No, he passes. My friend. You'll
time it's
pay
about
for what
past
you've
you.
done.
And I would go, of course, reckless attack.
Ooh. Come on. Come on. Come on.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that
19
does it,
hit.
baby.
And you've got 11 points of slashing damage.
Ooh.
There you go. Take that, you dirty rat.
Nice.
All right, 11 points off.
And I yell out to Diora, Diora, I'll help you. I'll save you.
I ship it.
And my attack is I'm literally treating it like a tree, and I'm chopping out its shins or its knees. I'm going to chop it down.
All right. So now I'll move you up on it too because I forgot you just moved up there. It is.
Not blinded.
It's Volric's turn.
All right. How many feet away am I from that sucker?
You're 10 feet away, right behind. Well, you were behind Fiora. So you could get right up on it now easily. There you go.
Nice. All right. I run in, two-handed with my longsword. Let's give him a chop.
Yeah, that should be a better camera angle for you now too. I zoomed it in. All right. Did you hit him?
I'm rolling. Here we go. Come on.
Oh, man.
Only a 13.
No. So
All right,
you just
so-
a swing and a miss.
I'm going to use action surge, and I'm going
Oh,
to cast dissonant whispers.
Ooh.
Nothing.
So you need a 13. No, sorry, not a 13. Only 12 DC.
Wisdom.
Yes.
Wow, I'm passing everything tonight.
Oh no. Okay.
It just
you're
had to
still
be
taking-
with this big baddie, right?
Yeah, you'll still take half the damage. So let me roll my 3d6.
Ooh. I'm just on fire with my roll stat. Don't y'all love when that happens?
No, we don't. We don't. Okay, so here we go. So half that, so 4 points of damage.
Oh man, you tried to, whisper something to make him upset. But
I say make like a tree and leave.
but
It didn't work.
no. In fact, just like the black comes out of his ears like goo and sap from the corruption of the land. All right. So now, Vorik, unless there's something else you want to do, it is Romer's turn.
Yeah, it's my turn.
Yep.
Okay. Can Romer still see Diora?
I would say from where you are, what's your vision? Yeah, you can see 60 feet away. So yeah, you can still see her. She's on top of the Trent, so kind of hard to miss her now.
And how far away am I from the tree at?
You want to be, I think, within 30 feet of Diora. So you're about 35 feet from the Trent.
Okay, I want to be 25 feet away from the tree then. So
Just
moving
there.
up
Yeah,
10,
there you go.
10 feet.
All right, so there you go. All right, what do you want to do, buddy?
And he's going to cast Healing Word on Diora, but it's going to be at level 2 this time.
Ooh.
And then I just got to add one more d4. So that's going to be a total of 6 health to Diora.
That is cool. Thank you.
And then he is going to take one of his magic rocks out of his pouch
Oh yeah.
and chuck it. So that's going to be magic stone, baby.
Magic stone.
That's a 25.
Oh,
But it's but when you have it, it's 1 bludgeoning.
boink.
That's that's so
You
sad.
rock, Roma. You rock.
Beautiful.
And
Roma
then
rocks.
the constrictor snake is going to attack with its constrict attack again.
Oh, this is huge.
need
Yeah,
it.
I love this.
I'll tell you, that constrictor snake, that snake staff has
Ooh.
made a big difference in this battle. If it
And
gets
and also there's a downside to the staff if the snake dies. So that's 22 to hit.
ooh,
so
and it hits again.
Yeah, so
Ah.
it deals
Woo!
1d8 plus 2 bludgeoning. So
Max.
half of that is 10. No, I'm sorry, half of that is 5. And it is restricted again.
Wow.
I love it. I love it.
Wow. This thing is, that snake is saving y'all's lives probably.
Oh,
Wow.
is this the new bird?
It's new bird.
Searching the serpents now.
Druidic snake staff. And you know what? When I was picking magic weapons to give that character, I just thought of a cool staff that could be used in a situation that wasn't too OP. It's so cool. This is one of my favorite parts of D&D, when players take certain items and really find cool ways to use them, typically against a very powerful creature. This thing is powerful,
Oh, yeah.
man. So this is like really cool. You're taking that staff and mixing it in. All right, so you've got my Trent locked up again.
Yep, and that's going to be the end of both Romer and the snake's turn.
All right.
Roma,
And that snake
Roma.
doesn't get killed either, so it's good. You know, it doesn't disappear for like I think until a day or something like that. You're good to go.
It stays until I turn it back into a staff or it gets killed.
Oh, it gets killed. Well, can't be killed if it can't be attacked. All right, so right now we go back to Diora. You've got this amazing, the snake goes back, and the Trent. You can tell it's enraged. The snake is once again all around it. As that just gotten out, it was ready to attack y'all. It's now being attacked. So here we go.
Okay. I'm gonna attack it with my comma.
You got advantage.
24 again.
Ooh,
for
it
6
hits.
damage. And I'm
Yeah,
gonna spend another key point to do 2 unarmed strikes.
yeah.
16,
That's a hit.
7 damage halved, and 19 with 2 damage.
Ooh.
4 halved is 2.
So just give me a total halved, or unless it's slashing, then it's everything.
No, the first one is 6 damage, which is slashing. That's
So
whole.
3
Total
to
11.
11.
Total
Okay, so
11
minus
damage.
11. Minus 11.
Yeah.
Okay.
No. The 11 is bludgeoning damage, so half that.
Yeah, but I know,
11 total.
but yeah, 11
Total.
total. That's what I did. Yeah, I took 11 total. Is
Oh,
that-
okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So now it is, unless there's something else to you or you want to do while you're on top of this thing's head, which looks pretty cool.
Nah, I'm gonna stay here.
You're just hanging out. All right. So it once again, Trent's gonna try to break out.
So just to let you know, Tony,
Yes, sir.
it does not prevent him from attacking, but he attacks with disadvantage.
He wants.
So I
to
just
still-
wanted to make sure to clarify that.
I just want to still break out though. I thought he was
Yeah, no,
restrained.
if
He's
you-
not
if you want-
restrained. I thought he was restrained.
No, he is restrained. Restrained creatures.
Oh, okay,
speed
that's right.
becomes
That's right. That's
zero.
right. I'm sorry.
Its
That's right. That's
attack
right.
rolls against it have advantage,
That's
and
right,
its
that's
own
right.
attacks have disadvantage.
Some
So it
reason
can
I
still
was-
attack,
I'm so
And it has
confused.
disadvantage on dexterity saving
I
throws.
forgot. Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Just to let you know, you do have more options.
Ah, shouldn't have told me that.
Roma, shut up.
Sometimes you gotta take advantage of the DM who knows more about 2E rules than 5E at those moments, see? But since he didn't take advantage, some are gonna die. But he still wants to break out, but at the same point, man, this is a hard choice. Should I break out or should I attack? I hate attacking with the
Break out.
break out. Why? So you can get me again with the snake? I know what you're thinking. You cheeky monkeys. Oh man. I gotta figure out a way to do something truly cruel and evil. Because there's an ability he has that's truly sadistic. All right, well, this thing is looking hurt anyway, so it looks like the battle is going your way, right? Okay. So he's just going to try to attack for now. He gets 2 attacks. Attack with disadvantage. And then we'll see what happens next round.
Who are you attacking?
Oh, darn, I didn't mean to hit that.
2 slam
Who are you
attack.
attacking?
We'll decide when I finish the attack. So, I love you can tell the people who are DMs laughed harder. So
First one's a 13.
first one's a dud, but one of them. So I have to roll 4 times. So hold on.
Yep.
Yeah.
First one's a 13. Oh.
Oh.
Y'all
Second
got
one's
some
20.
crappy luck. So
Well, I mean, when it has a +10 to attack.
yeah.
Right. That's
Yeah.
ridiculous.
Hey, I don't know what you're talking about. What's this +10? All right, so first attack definitely misses, 13, but the second one hits with we'll take the 20, so 15 damage. Bludgeoning, and who's done the most damage to my guys so far? What to say? Well, it doesn't like that damn snake. That damn snake keeps trying to F with it, so it's gonna try to hit the snake. Hit the snake.
Hit the beat.
The snake. So can I describe it?
Yes, feel free.
Okay. So the treant, frustrated from the snake's constant efforts to thwart it, the treant manages to get a good shot on its head as it then slowly unwinds and slumps off of it.
No.
It then starts to tighten and shrink and stiffen until it is back into the form of the staff, and the staff then shatters.
No.
Oh, I didn't mean to do that. Oopsie.
I did say there was a downside to this staff, and that's it. If the snake dies, the staff is destroyed.
Well, it's a world of it's a world of magic, so we'll see what happens.
How many hit points did it have?
I just
Oh, it only
I just
has like 13 hit points.
oh wow.
Out of all the large beasts, I think it has like the least.
It was a
It is
hero,
not,
though.
It's not meant for Constitution.
That thing was
Who
a hero.
Was the silly bugger? Who was the silly bugger that told him he could still attack?
But
you
hey,
just see Diora look at Bert, and I will never ever question you again, Bert.
well, it
I will
was.
never question Bert.
In fairness, it was tied all around the Trent, so obviously the Trent's gonna bash the thing that's on it. So, you know, it made sense to go after you, the snake first anyway. All right, so the snake is down. Trent is still on the ground, but now he can get up because that takes half his movement.
Hang on.
So Trent,
He's
not
not
up.
down.
Well, he's not up. That's right. He wasn't down anyway. He was just restrained.
Yeah.
So he's up, and now there's no more snake. That was its turn, and now it is
Rin, yeah.
Rin's turn.
So,
Hey.
okay. I hope this works. So, I'm just going to shoot normally. Still with favored foe.
Wait, yeah, you
and
should.
I
Yeah, you'll be adding a D4 if you hit this round.
yes.
Because your favorite foe, yeah.
And hopefully hitting I'm gonna attempt ensnaring strike as well, but let's just try to hit this thing.
Go, Rin.
Go do
got
it.
this.
Come on.
Normal
You got
roll.
this, girl. You got
Rit
this. You got that
hasn't been rolling hot
All
tonight, though.
right.
It was
Oh.
close.
Oh, maybe I shouldn't have said anything.
Rin for the win. Rin for the win.
Ooh, that rhymes.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Right. Hit and favored foe. That means I'm gonna roll
Extra,
D4.
extra D4, yeah. And the
Yeah.
D4, what type of damage is that?
It's probably with the weapon you're using, I would think.
So would that have to be halved again?
I would think so, because it's not like a special magical damage.
It'll say, go ahead and read, you guys. It should say.
Well, it's
Yeah,
an
so
extra, it's one,
just
but
as
it's
it-
extra one.
So yes, it says increase the damage by D4, so it's not like a separate.
Yeah,
so
it's
yeah,
like
the same thing.
old school favorite enemy. It's like old school favorite enemy.
And you're gonna have to help me out with ensnaring strike again.
So he has to make a saving throw.
All right, here we go.
The
Dropped all that
Hope you get a
info.
nat 120, Tony. Hope you get a nat one.
DC-12, is it?
I
Gonna keep this thing
heard
held
that space.
down. Uh,
I heard
on.
space said, "Hope you get nat one."
Come on and snare that sucker.
What is it though? Is
12D, 12D. Oh, you know what though? By the way, you get advantage on it because you're super huge.
strength. So here we go. I think I'm gonna
we're
get it.
trying.
Come on, miss.
Get 2 nat ones.
Oh.
Damn.
Maybe if you squint at it, the number looks smaller.
Yeah, 23 for the
Yeah, it's
stream.
not-
I definitely made a saving throw.
All right,
yeah,
so
you see the vines kind of try to bat at the legs, but just ultimately nothing happens.
he just steps and squashes the vines into the ground as it's trying to ensnare it.
And that was my bonus action, so Rin is done.
You make me hurt my friends. All right. This thing is, like I said, it's blackened now. There's it's not even normal sap that would come out of a trend. It's completely just covered in this black sap coming out of it. Looks horrible. All right, so now it's Sethreth's turn. And how much damage? Wait, how much damage? Whoa! How much damage do we take? Hold on.
Arcs off his chest.
4,
The beam
5.
shoots
5,
out.
okay.
Need a DC 13 Constitution save, please.
Constitution save. Oh no! What are you doing to me?
Please fail
Just
this
blast
time.
him with his Iron Man.
Yes, you
Just
failed
blast him.
again.
All
Yep.
right, he's blind.
No!
Yay!
And no advantage on con, just strength. Okay, so let's go.
We'll do the D6. I'll do it on here so everyone else can see it. I just prefer roll dice though. Oh, 5
There
points
you
of
go.
damage. Boom.
There
And
you go,
you're
baby.
blind again. And
And that's-
now I have my attack at advantage. Thank you.
No!
So I don't have to go reckless at all.
Oh no! Go, do it, do it! Come on! I'm here!
I feel a crit coming on.
What are you waiting for? Come on!
Ooh,
Dirty 20.
20, almost a crit. So 20, 10 points of damage. Boom, boom, boom. It's all up
All
15
right.
points of damage.
10
So I
points.
just find that same spot in that leg. Whack! Big splinters of wood are going everywhere. Gotta chop it off.
All right, so this thing is looking rough, though. It's looking rough. It's now, as its leg is it's still on. Like I said, you notice that it's very strange from a different trend. You know, it's like as you hit it, there's like pieces of it falling off into the ground and dipping down into the ground itself. And now it is Volric's turn.
All right. Seeing that he's blind,
Yeah.
take a step forward. That two-handed swing. Let's try it again. Ha ha! Go.
Hit, please.
Advantage.
Damage
I
is
better
good.
find advantage. I better.
Everybody.
Go. Got all these windows open. Here we go. Boom. Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Woo!
23.
Same roll.
Double
23.
same roll, yeah, definitely hits.
So 10, yeah, so 10 points of damage.
All right.
Well done.
Thing is that looking rough now. Anything else you want to do for it?
Yay. No, I will not. That's it.
All right. It is Romer's turn then.
So, what's the weather like right now?
Dry.
He said it was
Oh,
like
man.
possible lightning. He said.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he said it was
like a storm coming.
Mhm.
could be.
That's what he said.
Yes.
Oh
So-
shit.
So, Rummer sees that his first line of assisting the party has been shattered. And so he looks up to the sky, notices the smell of the, as Tony had put it, of the ozone and the potential for a shocking experience. So he then raises a finger up, speaks in hisses and grunts, and then as he does so, the sky gets even darker and
Ooh.
starts to whirl. And he's holding his finger up. His hand is shaking until finally he lowers his finger, pointing directly behind the tree ant as a lightning bolt comes down from the sky.
Oh my goodness.
Dum, dum, dum.
So the reason why I asked if it was already stormy right now is if there are already if it's outdoors and there are already stormy conditions, this spell does more damage. It is call lightning.
Yeah.
Yes, I love it.
Whoa!
The DC is 15.
I ain't gonna make it. I have a bad dex. Oh my god!
Wow, yo, Tony.
However,
I'm on fire, man.
by the way,
Fireball.
it did not calculate the fourth D10, so I'm gonna roll that real quick.
Right.
Do I need to make a deck save too?
No, you are far enough away.
Okay.
Because it's every creature within 5 feet of that point. That's
Well,
why I
she's
had it
standing
right
on its head.
directly behind it. You're on its head. You're further than 5 feet from the ground.
Yeah, okay. Well, then,
So that is going to be, since he saved, half of the damage. So
Ooh.
6 lightning damage total. And for the next 10 minutes, as long as I hold concentration, I can keep doing that every turn.
oh! All
That
right.
is all-
So this thing, so
So
it's
every
down
turn-
to.
Wait, he's blinded. Doesn't he have? Didn't you say he had?
He has
disadvantage.
disadvantage on
Yeah.
the
Oh
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah,
no!
you need to roll it again, buddy.
Oh no!
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is karma for being honest with the DM earlier.
That's
Exactly.
right. That's
Hey,
right.
Listen, we have your back, man.
Yeah.
Hey, man.
So that's gonna be 12
Good karma.
lightning damage to him. And yeah. Also, real quick, he as a bonus action, there is now going to be a constellation on his shoulder again of a chalice.
Hmm.
And that's it.
All right.
I will actually. Oops, sorry. I will post the ability in the chat thing. But yeah, that'll be Romer's turn.
All right. So as you do that, that was enough damage to obviously take it down.
Mm-hmm.
But it lets out as it's going down, it makes it howl. That was terrible. I'm so sorry.
Sounds like Dory trying to talk to whales.
Yes.
And as it falls, it has now. Go ahead and roll me another nature. Whoever druid or and the ranger both actually can roll this one. Roll me nature.
Oh shit!
Hey.
What'd you get?
That's a nat 20 to a total of 23 on nature.
Now
Since Romer's a druid.
as a druid, you know that normally these creatures, at the ranger, what did you score, Rin?
I was about to ask if I'm rolling.
Wait, ranger.
All right.
Whoever scores a six.
Oh,
Oh wow.
it's not one.
Oh, you wouldn't know or remember this then.
I'm just distracted at the wheel.
But definitely Romer
knows, because he breathes a sigh of comfort, realizing, you Romer, you realize that, normally these creatures have the ability to animate trees around them. But then you get a sense of uneasiness, because usually when they do that, they're alive, but then you realize again the corruption. And as you begin to realize that something feels very wrong, and as this thing howls and falls to the ground and begins to melt, usually just falls, now begins to melt into the soil from the corruption, the sap turning it black as it did last hell, the tree comes alive. And it's another Trent, but a smaller.
Oh my god.
It was
But
able
it's
to
what?
call
Smaller?
an anime. Oh no! Hope I didn't just disconnect the camera there. It's able to. Well, it's similar to the. Romer realizes it's similar to the animate tree ability, but due to the corruption, it looks as if it's not as powerful since it was bought back without the other Trent being alive.
So I have a question, Tony.
Appeared behind us.
Yes.
Is the trans name Trent, or are you just mispronouncing it?
I'm just mispronouncing it because I suck like that. Thank you for embarrassing me for not just now, but for all
Tony.
eternity and people to see 100 years from now. Like, I wonder who was that dummy who pronounced it wrong. I wonder what his name was 100 years ago.
I love you, Tony.
It's all good, man. It's just like my braziers. Remember flaming braziers?
Yes.
Apparently, pronunciation is not my strong suit. Just as good as my knowledge of every
Can't
single
trust
rule.
translators.
All right. So this thing comes back. We'll just give it. It's not back. It's, as you can see, it's a different looking trend. I even got a different mini for this battle because I had this planned out. But it's a different looking one, as you can see right there in the camera. Let me see if I can give you an even better view. And so we'll start at the top of the round, this thing. Now, it seems to you, again, Romer, you rolled so high, you know this too, that when these things are usually do this animate tree ability, this one is obviously different. You also know that their intelligence and their charisma is reduced to 1. So this thing is highly unintelligent. It cannot speak or anything. It's just almost like a mindless attacking automaton. It can't do ranged attacks either. You know all this because your roll was just incredible. So you know the only thing it can basically do is attack, and it cannot use the animate ability. It was just bought back in this corrupted fashion.
Mm-hmm.
All right, we got an hour left still about. So let's roll. It's Dior's turn.
So we see this happening. I look to Volric and Zephref, and I immediately nod at them and run past them towards the tree. Can I kind of push Romer out the way and take his place?
I think you can, as long as Romer's not resisting.
Romer would not resist. He would, as this is happening, Romer would turn around and see this thing looming above him. Oh shit!
Come on.
No.
All right.
I'm gonna take his place, push him back behind me, attack. So I'm gonna attack now.
Wow, this battle is going very similar for some reason.
12. I don't think that hits.
The first person to run up is Diora, pushing aside our friend Romer.
Remember what happened last time you ran up?
Yeah, I was just
I
saying.
won't make that mistake again.
It's very similar.
No. This time, no. Last time I didn't do patient defense. This time I will. It did disadvantage on me because.
Well, Romer also has its lightning out too. Remember that. That gives y'all a pretty huge advantage. So you got
12. I don't think that hits.
No, that does not hit.
Okay. Bonus action, key point to do patient defense. You have disadvantage now on me.
All right, disadvantage on you, and that other cool looking mini there. I like the other Trient, however the hell you pronounce it better.
Trent, you said it right.
I just know him as Treepiot from Lord of the Rings.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So now, Diora, you missed doing no damage, and now it's Treepiat's turn. We'll just call it Treepiat. And
Okay.
Treepiat is going to go ahead. This mindless thing. Now, unlike the other one, it's a blank. Just eyes are just pure black. There's nothing. The corruption is just. It's almost a complete corrupted creature. There's nothing to it. No intelligence. Its mouth just hangs open. And it goes to attack Diora right in front again. Oh!
Disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage? Okay. Oh!
Oh, shit.
Oh, wow.
Oh!
It rolled a 23 to a 29.
Well,
the first
one of them
hits,
misses.
The second one doesn't hit.
That 15 doesn't hit, so only one attack hits. So the first
What
attack...
is the attack one? Is for this thing down.
I believe I said it before.
Dude, this is
high.
really-
Let's
Hey,
put
I
it
don't
that
know
way.
about...
It's high.
That shit is high.
I don't know about y'all,
Yeah.
but this has been a real fun session so far.
Yeah. Who doesn't love dying once or twice, you know?
All right, so...
I'm still up, by the way, so I'm
yeah,
cool.
12 damage is not terrible. So
Actually, it's not 12 damage. So when that
Ooh.
baby tree hits Diora, at that same time, the cloud rune on my amulet glows, and then a portal appears right in front of Diora, and that tree punches into the portal, and a portal appears in front of Trent, and Trent gets hit and takes the 12 points of damage.
Oh, crap.
I can do that once per rest.
That's awesome.
That was cool.
Nice.
All
So
right.
half since it's bludgeoning.
Yes, thank you. 6 points.
Yeah.
It punches itself. No, at half. So yeah, all right. Ooh, let me add a
Quit
little bit
punching
back.
yourself.
Yeah.
You should. Hey, look. You should. Why you hitting yourself, man? Why you hitting yourself?
What is it?
Why you hitting
Well,
yourself?
to be clear-
only
to
it
be
was
clear, Tony, it's on
intelligent
Trent.
enough to feel offended.
So to be
Right.
clear, Tony, it's on Trent, the Trent, not the baby. It's the boss that gets hit by that.
Well, the boss is down.
Yeah, the boss is down.
Oh, I was like completely zoning. Seriously?
Dude,
Yeah.
Yeah.
what have you been drinking?
I guess I was too. We were typing tree memes in the chat.
Tree
Oh, that's
punch.
hilarious.
Gotta
Okay.
get off the-
Chat-
gotta get
chat
off
is
the
easy.
train.
Yeah, it's the same. Yeah.
Okay. In that case, I take the 12.
Oh,
I
because
take
it
it.
can't be the same creature.
It cannot be.
the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, but you know
Exactly,
that
yeah.
sounded so cool. I almost want to do it.
Yeah. Me too.
Damn.
Damn.
I'll take it. I'll take it myself. So
I'll tell you what.
Diora,
I'll tell you what. I'm gonna make a deal.
Thank
Because
you.
we're gonna take Merc 90, and Merc, if you're out there watching, we love you. He came and watched my building show. Great fan.
Merc.
We're gonna take Merc's rule of cool. If you could just roll me a D20, straight D20, and you roll that 20, I'm gonna let by just the luck of the gods, it somehow worked and it punched itself. Because that was such a cool description. I hate to just take it away from you.
You know,
I'll give him that 20. You got this.
lucky me, I'm actually good at rolling dice. That's one of my skills.
One straight, no bonuses. Oh, too bad. Well, all right, so it didn't work, and you take the 12 damage, but we tried to
12,
do
yeah.
the rule of cool. It didn't work out there.
I take the roll of oof.
Yeah, we bended the rule. We tried to bend it, but can't completely break. All right, so you do not do it. So next then is that was that was Diora's turn actually. And then the Trent went. Now it's Rin's turn. Okay, so Rin.
Alright. Yes. So I'm kind of assuming here that it's a yes, but is it still favored foe if it's the same creature? Is this technically the same thing I'm fighting, or do I have to get it again?
Yeah, it's a creature. It's just not like a type. So you have to hit him now, and then next turn, and then onwards.
Okay, so now it's a different being. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'll just attempt with sharpshooter anyways then. And I'm gonna just, ensnaring strike probably is in the cards, but I'm still gonna try that spell. Shooting. And I do not get it. Whiz
Missed.
by.
What'd you get?
Well,
15 minus 3, so 12.
Oh yeah, you definitely missed. All right, well then it is, I believe,
we still have
Volbrick.
Bert.
Oh, Bert.
Yeah,
That's
Bert.
right. Keep forgetting about. I want to forget about Bert.
Unfortunately, I used my bonus action already to attempt that spell, and it didn't happen.
Oh,
So,
okay. Well,
unfortunately,
That's fine.
good try. All right. So next, it's Sethreth this turn then.
All right. Well, how far away am I?
Let's see. I'll show you.
If I'm within 30 feet, I'll move up and, of course, blast it.
You know what? Whenever you blast it with your chest, your BCL, your big chest laser, that's what you should call it from now on. Your BCL. You remind me of the boys with the
Soldier Boy?
Soldier Boy. Yeah, that show is freaking
yeah.
awesome.
That's
So you
how
roll
awesome
up
was
to
the last episode. Pretty cool. Well,
freaking
not the last episode, but one
Yeah,
of
this
the
has been the best season ever. All right, so you run up to him and go ahead and use your BCL.
For my BCL, you need to do a DC 13 con save.
BCL being bust out. All right.
Fail.
I've been rolling good this game, man. I've been on fire.
Yeah.
Get used to it, Tony.
Oh, critical.
Never mind. I
I
was
was going to
oh,
say something really nasty, but I think I'll shut up.
What is that? What? Man, I should go to Atlanta AC tonight. Atlantic City. Wow.
Damn it. All right, well, I will just do my attack then.
All right. Come on. I hope you get it. Come on, Seth.
Oh, critical.
I crit back in your ass!
Oh, I talk smack and look what happens to me.
Look at the
wow.
damage. And this is slashing.
Yeah, so
we've
that's,
got 14. That's
28 points of damage. Woo!
Wow.
28 points.
Beautiful.
I come up, do the chest shot. It kind of gets a bit of glare, and I just do an upsweeping into the inner of the thigh, and hopefully chop the bloody thing off.
Oof. All right. So now, I believe that's all he can do. It is going to go to Volric. You're 9 foot tall, Volric.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to go ahead and walk right up to him. So we have the monk and the barbarian and I are all next to it now, right? Once I move up.
Yeah, y'all are within melee, whatever you want.
Okay, cool. I walk up and let's try another dissonant whispers because with a wisdom of 1, I'm guessing he's not going to make the saving throw.
I didn't say wisdom.
Well, we'll find out then. Here we go. You need a 12, sir.
It's the intelligence and charisma was reduced to 1.
Okay. Oh, you made it.
You just made it.
You made
Barely,
it.
yeah.
I do not know what is. I'm telling you, I took spaces and Bert's rolls tonight.
So you do take half damage though, so you take 4 points.
Fire, baby. It's hot tonight.
And for my bonus action, I'm gonna cast. Oh wait, I have no other spells left. Sorry.
Yeah. Oh,
That
you
was it.
don't?
Okay, I'm done.
Oh, okay.
I got no spells. I got
You
no
don't have any
wounds.
action surges or anything like that?
I can only heal myself, but I haven't been hit yet. So
Okay. All right. Well, it's Romer's turn then.
Romer is let me put on the glove real quick. So Romer's gonna do the same. He's gonna see that he sees the tree, points up to the sky, points to directly behind the tree ant so that his friends don't get hit by the lightning. As it comes down, thunders. Make a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh, that's gonna fail.
Actually, better
Nice.
yet, let me. Boop.
All right, here we go. This is. Oh,
Oh!
no!
Love it.
All right. So it is.
Romer saving the day.
And because it's storming out, it's 4d10.
oh,
That's gonna be 22 lightning damage.
oh, bada bing.
And because that is not casting the spell. The initial spell casting was last turn. he still has a bonus action to use with a spell slot, and he's going to use a level 1 healing word on Diora.
Woo!
Wait, did I?
For
Okay, cool,
7 healing.
Yeah, that got me. I'm almost back to full. Thank you.
Yeah. With
Yes,
the
every time
nuts
he
amount of
says
damage
yes.
these things deal, I don't want to take chances. And that will be the end of Bromer's turn.
All right. Ooh, this is a battle to the death.
So
All right.
I know I'm not supposed to talk. This is role playing. Is right as the lightning strikes and singes and thunders and the thing probably trembles. I turn towards everyone with the lightning kind of casting a shadow. I say, "Isn't this awesome? Ha ha! Yeah!"
Oh my gosh.
So y'all hear that's obviously Volric's having a good time slaying and killing. It is now Diora's turn.
Yeah, he's not blinded or anything, right?
No, not that I know of.
Not blinded.
Make a saving throw.
Yeah, he made everything. No blinded, no restrained, because he killed the snake. Just gotta worry about Bert.
All right. Okay, I'm gonna attack it. 20 to hit
That hits.
with 5 slashing.
That,
I'm gonna use my.
I think you can use those bracers 3 times per day with open hand. Just so you know.
Should have the
Okay.
description on there, yeah, but I think that's what it is. Before a long rest or something. 3 times per long rest.
I'm trying to decide should I. All right. Yep. I want to leave, but I don't want to stay here anymore. I don't know if I should use my key point to attack it and run away. You know what? Yeah. I'm gonna use my last key point to do Step of the Wind to disengage.
No, you should
And-
attack it. Come on now.
No.
Have
absolutely
courage.
not. I'm gonna disengage and I'm gonna move back. Is it possible? I don't know how close you have to be, Romer, to do call lightning, but if it's possible, I want to move 20 feet back with him if I can. If he allows it.
Because there is actually a storm going on, it's wherever the storm is.
Okay.
Like, I have control over the entire storm now.
Oh, shit.
Yeah,
Excuse me. I love it.
It's not even rain, it's more like a lightning, like static electricity, but that works too.
Yeah, if you are outdoors in stormy conditions, when you cast the spell,
There you
the
go.
spell gives you control over the existing storm instead of creating a new one.
All right, so Diora, you're
I'm gonna move back. And if Romer wants me to take him with me, I will. 20
But you'd
feet.
have to pick before you just moved him out of the way. If you want to pick him up, that will require a roll. That's different. Before you kind of just like took his place and pushed him aside.
Romer will not resist if that is what
If
that's what you want to do.
You know what? I can't because I use my action. But I'll move closer. I'll move off to the side, but away from the tree end, though.
Would you
Out of
say?
its reach, right?
Out of his reach, yes.
All right, so you're over there.
All right, so you're over there now, safely out of the reach. You don't want to get hit again because you're a scared little rabbit.
Scaredy cat.
Scared little rabbit.
I hope Greg get a nat 20 on you, Tony, because that was really mean.
It's not like I'm rolling.
I hope everybody who goes after me gets a nat 20 on you.
It's not
Feels
like
like
I'm.
you're making a curse right now. You're casting.
It's not like I'm rolling good tonight or anything. All right, so Diora, that's your turn, and next is the Trient's turn, however the hell I want to pronounce it. My game, I'll pronounce the hell I want. All right, so who is it gonna attack here? Because that's all it can do. Is it's stupid.
Come on, have a go. Have a go, you mug.
It's either gonna be Sethreth or
I didn't crit on your ass.
Volric. We'll roll a d6 because it's stupid. 1 to 3, it's Sethreth. 4 to 6, it's Volric. 1 to 3, it's Sethreth. Here we go.
Come on, give me your best shot. Come on,
Ooh.
Kingling.
That's a crappy roll. That, not so much.
That multi-attack, though.
That's all you got. I'm raging, brother. That's just 7 points of damage.
Yeah,
That's
you only
done.
take half damage, so, but it hits you with its massive, limb slamming into Sethreth for what would have been 14, but it's only
My mother hit me
7
harder than that.
points of damage. And wait a minute, you didn't do reckless attack last round, did you?
Nope.
Okay, because then I would have had advantage or whatever. I had to roll again. All right, so you're good to go then. So just 7 points of damage comes off the Sethreth, and we are on to Rin.
It's gonna die this round.
Kill
All right,
Kill
you know
it.
what? I'm gonna.
So Erica, by the way,
Yeah.
when you use that bonus action for ensnaring strike, it's basically now loaded. So next time you hit, it just happens. So
Okay.
you can use Bert, and if you hit, the ensnaring strike will happen.
Great, because I was just gonna send Bert out first because
Oh, Volric said.
somehow it feels like I have a better chance when I hit it first. All right, sending out the Falcon.
Oops, sorry.
Oh wait,
that
did I
was-
send that more than
Wait a
once?
minute, are you telling me that Rin has just developed her first D&D superstition? Some people have
Yeah.
dice. Yours is my pet must attack first.
It didn't
Well,
pay
he
off.
still didn't hit, so
No, ooh, that didn't work.
He must be
made a
sick.
valiant effort.
Yeah, he must be sick.
He must have bird flu.
Yeah. Not doing okay. Okay, and then
Definitely not
I'll
swine
just
flu.
do sharpshooter.
Oh, look at you, sharpshooting.
Okay, yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
Okay, so that
Yes.
definitely hits.
Yep. 18 or
Woo!
19.
Yeah. I don't have favored foe though, but
18
That's-
points, half
that
that.
still have these.
So 9 comes off. That's still really good, though.
9 points.
now it's-
Good job.
Ensnaring strike, you have to make a saving throw.
Yeah.
All right, hold on 1 second. 'Cause I want Rin to be in the shot a little bit better here.
Mhm.
I assume this sucker is also huge, right?
Yes, it's the same size. Technically, I just wanted to, in game terms, say it's not as, beefy with HP, I guess that's the other one.
Right. So
All
he so in that case he has advantage for saving throw.
All right,
Unfortunately.
all right, so strength, here we go.
On there.
Oh, you made it.
Passed it anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
That's
your
right.
saving throw
Every
is
time
nine.
Mike says that, yes. I keep hearing that. The yes. Yes.
Very good saving throws tonight. Hey?
Hey guys,
I don't
what can I
like it.
say? I'm on fire tonight.
I don't like it at all.
This is one of my best games
Thanks,
ever.
I hate it.
Yeah.
Just set
Mike is
fire
lucky.
to
I mean,
trees
Eldritch is
and
lucky.
then-
Eldritch is lucky for me, man. Thank you, Eldritch, for coming to our games. You have put me on.
Listen,
Lucky
somebody's
rolls.
gotta fuck you up
Oh,
on their
Elric's
behalf.
fault.
Here we go.
I apologize for the swear.
It's okay. Yeah, we'll edit it out.
I spoke a French.
Yeah, I try not to swear, but I always fuck up.
Oh no!
Bruh, you're just making the editors do more work.
Yeah, listen more. So now,
And that was the last time anyone saw Volric.
at least it wasn't like Volric's classic goof that he put in chat one
No,
time.
shh.
Oh,
We shall not speak of that.
That was the most classic. Anybody who's
Yeah.
watching right now,
Moving on.
go back and watch some of our earlier
Moving on.
streams
Don't watch the
and
other
pay
one.
very close attention to the chat.
No.
Luckily, I don't think you
man.
can
It's
see
a
it anyway.
typo. Okay, go ahead.
All right, so
Okay.
now it is. I didn't get ensnared. I take my 9 damage. It is now Sethreth's turn.
I think it's time for another crit. But first, gonna fry you with my chest.
Yeah.
BCL. He's breaking out the BCL.
Yep. Do your DC 13 con save. And fail this time, please.
No, I don't want to.
Yes.
Get in that one. Ah.
I heard him banging. The frustration was
Fire
real.
All right. Well, I'll just have to do it the old-fashioned way and belt you. Yes, I will go reckless, so I get advantage.
Oh, yes, yes. Be reckless.
Thank God I did.
Yes.
I rolled an 8 and a 22.
All
There
right.
we go.
So yes, there you go. 11 points of damage.
All right. Minus 11. Things looking kind of rough.
Chop, chop.
You
All
get
right.
advantage on me next if you go on me.
And I will. Next is Volric's turn.
All right. I'm going to take a couple steps to the side of the tree, wind up for my swing. I'm going to look over at Diora. You're coming back in, right?
Maybe.
Chicken shit.
Hey.
Is that a yes or no?
Yeah. I'm coming back in.
Okay. So
Did
Tony,
you,
I'm gonna,
wait, did you
I
pick
will
up your
save my
hand
action.
axe?
excuse me.
Did you pick up your hand axe?
No, it would be embedded in Trent.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh no,
Um,
Trent died. The first one, the big one, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
He
the
died, so it
alternate.
would be on the ground. Okay, cool.
Yep.
So Tony, I'm gonna wait to coordinate my attack so I can get that advantage on the tree.
Sounds good with me. May the odds be forever in your favor. All right, Romer.
All right. So, question: does anybody look hurt?
Scratch, mate. Bloody
The
scratch.
Trent is looking like it needs some healing.
Any of the party members? Are
No,
any
no,
of
no,
them
we're-
missing
I'm
any
fine
hit
now.
points?
I've taken 12.
Yeah, from the punch.
Mm-hmm. And that's
I'm
it.
just warming up.
Okay. I only ask because of the chalice thing. If whenever I heal someone, I can heal a second person.
Ah, I see. Gotcha.
Let's.
Well, I have taken, what, 6
7.
points of damage.
6. Okay.
Okay, so you're going to get the residual healing from this. So it's going to be healing word at level 1. That's going to be you're going to be healed for 6, Volric.
Thank you.
And then how much does the chalice heal for again? It is 1d8 plus my wisdom. So I'm just gonna roll for healing word again for Sethreth. So Sethreth, you heal for 8.
I'm fully healed.
Nice.
Thank you.
And then Romer is going to point and then point. So another dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy.
Let me make
This time,
sure.
though, please.
Yeah,
I failed
let me make
last
sure I'm
time.
actually casting it this correctly this time.
We need a thunder sound effect. That'd be cool.
No!
Yes!
So that's 17 lightning damage, baby.
Yes.
Woo! Ain't gonna be this bad boy.
Romer's on fire.
Romer putting in that work, baby.
It is, man. Romer,
Yes.
Romer, and Bert, and the snake. What's the snake's name? Snake, I guess.
What?
All right.
Oh no, Romer never
Hey,
named the
Romer! I yell, Romer! do you acknowledge that I yelled to you?
snake. Yes.
I said, remember when I said you could be an honorary tribesman? You're an actual tribesman! Yeah!
You just hear like a yell from like a little bit far away. Ah!
Yeah.
Listen. Druids without a moral compass are dirty.
I love it.
I love it.
All right. So now it is Diora's turn.
Well, I have to go back in, so
You
I'll
don't
take
have
my
to.
comment. No, I'm going back in. I gave Warwick my word, so I run in. I look to Warwick and I swing.
All right. So you go low, I'll go high.
And for the stream,
Yeah.
for the new viewers, any new viewers out there, thank you for coming. But also, the way we do critical hits is a little bit of a homebrew. The
Oh,
people have to
okay.
hold their attack.
Yep.
And as a bonus action, I get a one unarmed strike, so I'm gonna do that.
Nice.
15. Tony, does that hit?
No, 15 does not hit.
And
Okay.
my two-handed longsword does 13 points of damage.
All right.
Plus another 7 from me.
So 20 total. None of it's
Yes.
mitigated.
Ha!
Yeah.
Like that. You dirty rat.
it got.
That got me thinking of the humble.
I normally
Old
wouldn't
Lady.
tell you that. I normally wouldn't tell you the HP.
You got 1.
1 HP.
Yeah.
Whoa! Next one wins the kill.
I almost
Who's
tempted
up?
just to say it runs
That's
away.
you. Aren't you the next? Oh no, it's the tree.
Yeah,
But you're
Tony
after
Bates.
it, so
Rin's next.
oh, she got this.
Do it, boo
Got
boo.
it, girl.
All right, so I guess this is
Come on,
obviously going to be the Trent's last turn. So it's going to turn to good old Sethreth, who reckless attacked, and I'm going to try to get one good DM attack in here. One good rip of an attack. We get advantage. Let me roll again. One more time. And then one more. All right, so 23 and 15. I did. There's a 19, I assume, hits you.
Both hit. Bring it on. Wise guy.
So 38,
Oh, crap,
38
that's a
points
lot
of
of
damage.
38. All right. That's 15 and 2. There you go. 17 points of damage.
Because of
That's right. He's still raged
Oh
up.
my
So you're
Yeah.
safe. All right. So that's it, though. I think it's about to be over. This mindless. It's last. No, so say it's about to be over. Next is Rin. I mean, literally, Rin. All you have to do is hit it with anything.
And just not roll 1.
Yeah. You have not been on fire. I took you and Space's rolls tonight. I sucked them right up.
No.
Just.
But I
Good, good,
do.
good.
Okay, well, I do. If I do have favored foe, so if I roll 1, I could still just roll a d4 and then I'll at least get half of it. Okay, rolling.
Come on, Rin.
I'm just seeing how this is
All
gonna go.
right, it's down.
Take it down.
It's down. All right.
That's what I'm
I
talking
hit
about.
once.
Yay!
She like, thank you so much.
Wait. Can we get a description from Ren? Is that all right?
Yes, let's do it, Rin. Do it.
Erica, do it.
It's just
Yes.
like melting with the weird black sap from the eyes and everywhere, and just gets it square between those two holes in its face, and it finally falls over.
It has a
Melts
third
down.
eye
Assuming
now.
melts.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do you want your sling? Here, I'll put your
She's
sling
our
foe behind you.
savior once again, man.
There's your
She
sling
saves us
foe.
all the time.
Good job, Rin.
Ah, I don't know what's more amazing, Romer with his snake and his lightning, or Sethreth with this magical chest burst, or the fact that there was 2 treants named Trent.
Oh, come on. Jesus Christ.
Speaking of which, as Sethreth calms down, it all goes back to black. His eyes aren't glowing as much, and he's exhausted. What the hell happened?
Well, that was new.
Do you need water? I don't know what you do in this situation.
Water would be good. Guzzles down some water.
Just offers.
I'm exhausted. Felt hot rage like nothing I've felt before. Diora, are you okay? You all right?
I'm fine, thanks to Romer.
You
I
heard
must
me.
admit,
I'm worried.
Romer, I didn't trust you at first. I'm very slow to trust. You didn't have to do what you did, but thank you.
No one needs to do anything. That's something that I feel like Scaleless invented. No offense. Needing to do something is a matter of practicality. If I want to survive, if you want to survive, we all need to survive. I don't want to be dishonest and tell you that saving you was done out of anything but practicality. And for some reason, I feel kind of sad about that.
Maybe you're getting sweet on us. Either way, the side effect is you got
He's turning
something
into a
hard.
berry.
Hmm?
Am I turning into a berry? Why would I turn into a berry?
It's a euphemism.
Juicy.
It's Neanderthal talk.
Empathy. Oh, big one. You come here. I bandage now.
He's gonna cast second level cure wounds on Sethreth.
Cool. Thank you.
That's gonna be
Well, while you're doing that, he's fussing over your.
Mhm.
You sure you're all right?
Yeah,
5 points?
I'm fine. I'm fine. I feel almost brand new. I'm sure.
Checking you over for any wounds. I
Uh,
thought it killed you. I thought I lost you.
for a moment there, yeah. I saw darkness, and in my mind, I was back home, trapped in mist. So
Did the lizard man bring you back?
I think so. Yeah. I mean, I know he's been healing me throughout the fight.
I owe him a debt then. I'll repay.
You and me both.
You're not hurt.
Thank you. And I give him a hug. You're so you're so big, so I guess I would be like hugging. Like I had to do a one-handed hug.
He
So-
literally picks you up and squeezes you and puts you back down.
Okay.
Don't
Thanks.
crush him.
Oh,
Maybe I should.
you know,
I'll go talk to the lizard man now. But I'm happy, very happy. I go to the lizard, over to Roma, put my hand out and grasp his paw in a warrior's grip. Thank you. You saved my friend. I truly appreciate it. I owe you a debt. I will return the favor at some
Okay. Transaction. I can get used to this.
point. Slaps him on the back. You're handy in combat too. Where'd that snake go? That was amazing.
Oh, I need to pick up the pieces.
by the way, Sethreth, you got healed for 12 when he cure wounds on
Thank you,
you.
sir. I appreciate it.
Romer walks over to the shattered pieces of the python staff and starts picking up the little pieces. He doesn't seem sad, but he's picking them up like,
All right, could probably put it back together, maybe. Either way, make good kindling. Maybe trade. There might be some magic still in here. Maybe trade, yes. Transactional. That's how that works, right? I think so.
like he's just thinking on the importance of collecting the pieces rather than, oh no, my snake died. Like he doesn't seem like he's grieving at all.
I'll go over and I'll pick up my dagger and Vorik's hand axe, and I will hand him back his axe. That was quite.
You got to use that dagger.
Yeah, I've used it before. I used it on the other two big things that we fought.
Yeah.
You know,
So
the
much
stone
chaos
giant
amidst
and
it. Good work. Good fighting.
Thank you. It was really handy to have. I have to run up and hit things, and that didn't work out really well for me today.
Yeah. Well, now whenever you make something bleed from a distance, you can think of me.
Oh my gosh, you're a mess. And then I just like pat him on the shoulder, and then I call out to Ren, who's probably still hiding.
He comes around the corner. We did it, guys. In like a low voice, like everyone's like hugging and shaking hands, and I'm like, I was just in the background the whole time.
Are you okay? You seemed a little distracted.
You know,
And Bert too.
It's been a long walk of just tall thing after tall thing. I'm excited to make eye level the next fights.
You and me both.
Oh, you might be disappointed.
Well,
Listen, I could stand on rocks. It's fine.
Seth goes up to Bulric and can we talk?
Anytime.
Quietly kind of pulls you over towards a bit away from everyone.
Okay. Yeah. About what happened?
Yeah, it was weird. I haven't felt like that before. I just saw rage and everything went red for me. I don't even clearly remember exactly what happened. Can you tell me what happened?
Well, all those tattoos, they glowed and then suddenly burst out of your chest, that beam of energy. That's why that Trent couldn't see for a bit, and we had some nice wax on him. I'll tell you, this must be somehow linked to your lineage, to your background. More hints for you. I wonder if it'll happen again. I would expect it will.
Apparently, when they found me, I got in a conflict with older boys in the village. And apparently, this happened to me then. And I almost killed a couple of boys in the village. They then got the local magic man to put something on me to block it ever happening again. I guess I've broken that wall down today.
Oh, so you knew about this?
Well, not really. They told me about it, but I don't have any memory.
Well,
I'll promise I'll keep it under control. I will never harm any of you. I promise.
Well, what I would tell you, if you care to listen, is that you should probably try to find a way to cultivate that. That's a weapon. That's a way to take down more enemies, gain more glory and treasure, and overall look pretty cool.
I understand, but I didn't feel I had any control of what was coming out of me. I was not. Hard to explain. Like I had some recollection, but didn't feel I was fully in control.
Well, when Aize and Dimitri are back, perhaps they can help sort this out.
Yes, I would like to talk to them. But
yes,
rest assured, I would never do anything to harm you or the group.
I'm not worried.
Good. I'm glad we had that talk. And he walks off.
As he's walking away, say, "Good work."
You too, brother. You too.
So 6:50.
I'm just.
Go ahead. Go ahead, Diora. I understand we have like 5 minutes.
Okay, I'm sorry. I just wanted to say to like I'm over there like talking to Ren. I'm just like, man, we got to work on your archery or something. I don't know. You've been slacking these last couple of days.
Oh,
That shot back.
There's the
For
chicken
that
who
comment
ran
she
away.
made earlier. Gotta get her.
burn.
I was gonna say I hunted all this food, but you don't eat, so I just don't take my blood, and we'll be fine.
Bulric, Sethrith, you want some tea for this?
Well, if you ever need a target, I will happily be your target. I think I'm the only one capable of stopping your arrows, so.
Hey, you know what? We've slain all the monsters. Why don't you take a shot? See if you can catch it.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm confused. Are they bickering or mating? I can't tell.
Me too, mate.
In the middle.
I have no bloody idea what's going on. But
I'm
enjoying watching.
I've seen her spar, and sometimes. Anyways, let's do this.
Let's do this.
All right. So I'll kind of put my hand towards Romer. I say, Dora has very special skills. Just watch. Now, if things happen as you expect they might happen, then her skills aren't as good as we thought, but I expect it'll work. So Ren, why don't you go ahead and make a attack roll? Probably advantage because you're probably standing still, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. she can do whatever she wants.
Right.
Ooh.
Take
Right.
a shot.
As long as Diora doesn't run away.
Okay. All right.
Would you like to do a bit of an extra challenge? And
I'm listening.
she like kind of digs around like in her sack and kind of gets like a little apple out.
Oh,
Ooh.
I'll sit it. Okay. Well, I have braids, and so I would have to take my hair. What do you want me? How you want me to? You want me to hold the apple in my hand? You want it on top of my head?
Whatever you want.
Okay. Let's do it on top of my head.
Oh, I should probably turn that off.
Oh yeah, like it just thunder.
The storm like
oh,
dissipates and becomes clear.
okay.
We're just yelling all this dialogue back at each other. All right. Rolling with
I can't hear over
advantage.
the rumbling.
Oh, I think you could hear
it.
A
Yeah.
critical fail
Oh.
here.
So Erica will shoot the apple unless Diora is able to catch it. Basically, that's what would happen.
That hits. All right.
Yeah, no-
So
If you catch
reflect
it,
missiles
Since
says
you
I
rolled
can
a
catch
critical
it.
fail,
what do you need? How does that work?
1d10 plus my dexterity plus my monk level. If I can you how much? Oh yeah.
Oh, you have to roll higher than her.
Oh
yeah,
man.
I have to roll higher than her.
Ah.
Oh man.
I already got a
Okay.
9, so I catch it. I don't just catch it. I catch it with the apple,
Wait.
Oh.
and I have it in my hand. So you see me like
Has to be higher than the damage she
of the
does.
bow.
Oh, higher than
Yeah.
the damage?
Yeah,
Yeah.
not higher than the
Gotcha.
roll, higher than the damage.
Higher than the damage, yes.
Ah.
That's
So
awesome.
altogether, that would be plus dexterity,
Yeah, that's cool.
12, 17. That's how much
cool.
damage I would have.
Huzzah!
So you see, as you pull back on your bow and you let the arrow release, you release the arrow. I like do a little head nod. The apple goes flying. It like comes down. I grab it with one hand, spin it around my back, and then as the arrow is coming towards me, I like just an arrow sticking right out of it.
Oh my god.
She
Can
does a
I
little
have the
clap.
apple?
I had the apple.
Can I have the apple?
I throw the apple to
Because you can't eat it.
What was eating, man?
Man, where
Don't eat
were
the
you when I
arrow.
was on tour?
So we have about 2 minutes left. So real quick, I want to say something, and then we should let Eldritch finish. Although he'll be here next week, which is amazing. I just put in our YouTube channel. Please consider subscribing. We have all of our shows from Gen Con TV are on there, as well as older ones. And you can find us on Facebook as Nerdbauchery Adventures. And I'll just go right away to Eldritch so you can talk.
Wait, real quick, if you want to binge the Nerdbauchery Adventures, the playlist is just Nerdbauchery Adventures on YouTube. All right, go ahead, Eldritch.
Yes, again, I'm Eldritch Author. I am on Twitch, YouTube, TikTok, Instagram, all the platforms. However, since I know the majority of you are Darklings in here, be sure to give this channel a follow whenever you can. Also, go ahead and follow Nerdbauchery, because even when I'm not here, they're still gonna be. So, you know, I always recommend playing with these guys. Like I knew Tony and the bunch of them way before they got signed on with Gen Con TV, and it's always been this fun, always. So like, yeah, give them a follow, check them out on other platforms and stuff, see what other cool stuff they doing. So yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
Thank you so much for that love, man. Thank you.
Yeah, man. We're all having fun at the end of the day.
I don't need to remind my Darklings to follow me. They do that on their own.
Yes, they do.
I'm just
You
glad I
deserve it,
didn't
sir.
kill you today. I thought maybe everybody was going to die, but guess not.
Yep.
All right, well,
Me too, badass.
For the day.
we will see y'all later. That was a fun game, and we will see y'all next Sunday at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. See you later. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Appreciate you.
Bye-bye.
Appreciate
Thanks
you.
for the puns.